Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. It's still Christmas, Jeremy.
And bringing the streak of years to 2, I have left the Christmas intro on in 2022 and in 2023.
Long may that tradition continue, Jeremy. I love it. I love it.
I probably would have left it on in 2021 had I made it then. Yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Why the fuck not? Listen, this season doesn't last long enough. But did you have a good one, regardless of...
I did. I think it does last long enough, to be honest, because I start it immediately at the end of Thanksgiving.
Oh,
so
yes.
I get a full month and a bit out of it.
A real run at it.
Yeah, it is still Christmas. It is not. It is not Christmas.
Jez is looking quite Wolverine. Wolverine!
It's because...
Shall we call you Logan, Weapon X?
Sure. It's because I'm having to do stages of shaving at the moment.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, it was... I'm like having to make my beard like fluffy in order to then shave it with an electric razor thingy.
Oh,
So,
okay. I have to say, this might be the beardiest I've seen you.
It is quite beardy for me, yeah.
Yeah, we both have beards.
Yeah, say the number, Alex.
Say the line, Bart. Welcome into Don't Get Me Started, episode 110. Thank you very much for joining us. My name's Alex. This is Jez. Or Jeremy. You can call him what you want, really. He'll answer to most things. I think that's fair. But if he doesn't like it, he will tell you to.
Oh, I will tell you.
He will tell you to fuck off, maybe.
I will. Yeah.
Thank you very much for the bits. And welcome in literally everyone to this, the first episode of the new year, 2023.
I think I fucked up in more ways than one.
Really? How so?
I think I left the rerun thing tagged. Yep. Let's get rid of that. There we go.
Oh, good. Have you untagged it and hit the button?
I have.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah.
We are very much live. This is very much the 3rd of January. People are back to work. But in religious terms, the wise men have yet to arrive at the stable, which seems lazy of them, frankly. Could they not have got there earlier when everybody else had their nativities up?
I mean, nativities were all taking place at the beginning of December to get them right out of the way before the school term ended. So
they are properly sluggy when it comes to get into the manger. The manger, that's what they call a manger, a word that no one knew until religion came along and told us it. But so yes, it's the beginning of a new year, new resolutions, new hopes for the year, and all the things we want to do, and probably for you too. I didn't bring it with me right now, but I have my empty book ready to be filled.
Do you? You've already bought it.
Oh yeah. I was going to show... I should have brought it because I thought I'd already shown it on stream, but I probably haven't shown you.
Haps are sold out. The fuck does that mean?
Oh my goodness me.
Nothing works today.
Nothing is working. Train strikes. Twitch wasn't meant to be working, was it?
Yeah. How are they fucking... I don't know. Yeah, well, save your haps and naps, and when we do the segment, just do them in capital letters in the chat. I can't be asked. It's a lot of effort to log into this thing.
We spoil them, Jeremy. We spoil our loyal viewers.
We do.
And our disloyal viewers. You know, even those people who, I don't know how they would be disloyal. Maybe they, talk bullshit behind our back. Just give us shit. Slag us off.
It's probably because we started under a rerun or something.
Yeah, maybe. Some things are fucking up. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Fahim's here. Choo choo.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go over there. I'm going to click stop streaming. And then I'm going to click start streaming again. And then it'll give everyone a notification that isn't a rerun. And then hopefully shit will work.
Oh, well, do you want to also check to see whether the haps and naps are working?
No, I think turning it off and turning it back on again
will be sufficient.
We'll fix it.
Listen, he's gonna fuck with the thing. He's gonna mess with it. Press it. Go for it. Listen, I'm not gonna stop you. I couldn't stop you. My legs are crossed. I'm just gonna keep talking, just relentlessly, until eventually it's just gonna.
Ads again. So
Do we have to wait for a bit while ads kick in, or?
no, they should be subscribed and then they won't get ads.
That is true. Welcome to episode 111. Very pleased to have you in here. This is how we're going to get to episode 150, Jeremy. Quicker this way.
I'll do it again now and we'll just do 112.
The tiniest, shortest episodes.
And by 11 o'clock, we'll celebrate episode 150.
Listen, I was crunching the numbers, Jeremy, because as you know,
Were they particularly chewy?
Well, you know how like you get smooth peanut butter and crunchy peanut butter. It was like the opposite of smooth. They weren't smooth numbers; they were crunchy numbers.
Okay, I mean, I do prefer smooth numbers.
Yeah,
as opposed to the ones that get stuck in my teeth. So.
No, I don't like. I like them being smooth as well, but but I worked out that we did 37 episodes last year.
That seems correct.
Does that seem to be about where you wanted it to?
But not where I wanted.
Well,
it to
where
be.
you expected it to be is what I meant to say.
No, it seems correct, but also low.
Because let me tell you something, Jeremy. There are 52 weeks in a year. I know. That's one of the things I've learnt along the way when you get to be my age.
Keep sharing. What other wisdom can you bestow on us this day?
There's 525,600 minutes
in
a year.
Oh.
That's how you measure a year. In moments, in itas, in tifus, in get in the sea.
I wonder how many itas we did last year.
Hey, listen, I don't happen to have that number.
Average of 2, double, so at least 70.
Yeah, why the fuck not? I mean, sometimes we didn't do it, but
no, we did it every episode.
Oh, did we? We Tifu'd every time.
Not Tifu, but ita'd.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Ita. Yeah, sorry.
We've ita'd every episode.
Oh, well, in which case, yeah, there must be loads out there we can shove on TikTok. More on that later. Hope you had a nice Christmas, Alex. Ali, I hope you had a great Christmas. You had a good time. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Hope you had a good time.
This is not a rerun.
It's not a rerun.
To be fully clear, we're talking at you, talking to you, the people of Twitch, even though Twitch really doesn't want us to talk to anyone.
No.
Today.
There are 9 million bicycles in Beijing. That's a fact.
How many people use them?
Well, listen.
Or they're just like, yeah, I bought a bike.
Some people in Belgium, they just have them chained up to, and they never go and get them for. That's where they leave them. Things are just constantly littered. It's probably the same in Cambridge. They don't have to have them in a home. They just put them to a railings, and that's their bit of railings, and everyone's fine with it. You know, it's kind of crazy.
There was a point where bikes were so cheap that people just like bought a bike and then just didn't use it, or as you said, stuck it to the railings outside their house.
Yeah. It says live in the corner now. That's live in the corner. I'm very glad we're live.
Still no haps and naps. Well,
listen,
we can't give you everything all in one go, can we? You'd never come back.
What do you want from us?
I've got to keep you wanting more.
Yeah. So 37 out of 52. And I have to understand that there was a whole August where we didn't stream because it was August and you were doing cons and I was going to Edinburgh, and then I went to LARP, and then the other 3 LARP I went to go and do, and then at one point I went to see Martin, and ultimately we missed 15. So some of those were mine, and you know, sometimes there's a couple of illnesses in there.
I was ill quite a lot in 2022, to be fair. I had COVID in April. That lasted a fucking age, that did.
Do you all remember when Jeremy was ill?
Can't forget it, can you? It's every other week.
So there you go. Maybe listen.
It's a day ending in day, and Jez is ill again.
We are at episode 110. So this episode and 40 more. So 41 episodes in total. And 40 more. 41 episodes including this one gets us to 150.
That's maths.
But we only did 37, so we'd need to find another 4 episodes. And that's if we did them in a row, which we probably won't, you know. So that would be the beginning of... We could do episode 150 is all I'm saying, at the beginning of October. If nothing stops us. But something will. So maybe the beginning of November, we might be able to hit there. That gives us 4 weeks grace, you know, I'm just saying.
Could do like a Thanksgiving episode 150.
Thankful to get to 150. That sounds good. I'm just saying maybe we'll do that sort of stuff.
And what will we do for 150?
So many wonderful things. But we know that short of doing 2 episodes a week, like say we did that, and I don't want to do that by the way, because
unless you know one of us like goes into a coma for 2 months or something, then it might be worth doing 2 a week just to bring the
just to
numbers
make
back
it up.
up.
Let's hope. I mean, I like that was.
It's pretty dark, wasn't it? Like, just
I thought you were
at
going
any
to
given
say.
moment, just like coma.
I thought you were going to say if we get vastly mega famous and everyone demands like an extra episode.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I suppose in a
But like you were like, if one of us goes into a coma,
in a slightly happier world, I guess that could happen.
yeah.
I mean, what's more likely?
Well, I mean, based on
we get super mega famous, or one of us does something stupid enough to end up in a coma. I know
Listen.
which one I'm choosing as the
it's
as the
50-50.
option. It is everything's 50-50, Alex. You know.
I know either will happen or it won't happen.
Exactly.
I see Fourth Panda came in. Welcome in. Thanks for the lurk. She's raiding in World of Warcraft. Listen, that could be me right now, except it isn't at all. But you know,
Thank God.
one word: roof. Listen.
That's how he's going to end up in a coma. See.
That does make sense now that we listen. You can prove anything with facts. So I'm going to fall off the roof. What's happening to you?
I'll probably try and jump over something and
You're mauled by a
break my
dog.
face this time.
Yeah. Well, listen, welcome in everybody. I see that Keris is here. I know Aletha's here. Tamsin's here. Fahim, Panda, Ali, Harmstone, Brogan.
Yo.
Alex will be in a death loop. That's true. I sometimes do feel my life is a loop. You know, sometimes.
I mean, they do say that that's kind of what a coma is like in your head.
Yeah.
Like it's just you keep looping over things in your head until eventually you might wake up or not.
Sometimes I don't even know how to explain this. Sometimes I think some things are so weird and coincidental that they can't be this world can't be real.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have glimpses of the Matrix, as it were, and just be like, this can't be real because this is too bullshit. They can't. My brain must be making this up. I must have died at age 21 when a brick fell on my head or something shit like that, and now I've been living out this daydream for the rest of my life or something like that. But
or some kind of Truman Show style setup.
Yeah.
It's like there are a lot of unbelievable things. Does this mean Alex's humour is described as lukewarm banter?
It's lukewarm at best.
Must do better, Hans.
Same jokes over and over again. I see Will's here. I don't want to miss anybody else out. I know Tamsin's here.
I don't have a mouse, so I can't scroll. So whatever you've said that's gone off the screen.
Oh shit! Is that the world we're
shit.
living in now?
It is the world we're living in.
There's a mouse over there, but we could have to go and. I mean,
it's connected by cable. Is the problem?
Like in the past.
I don't know if you could.
One of you ending up in coma after doing something stupid the other gets famous for. Do you know when people do these things like Jackass, where they kind of put themselves into dangerous situations?
Yes.
And they get famous for like doing fucking dangerous shit.
They do.
You know, I don't feel that's a market I want to corner, not least the fact I feel the market has
was saturated in like 1999 or whatever.
Yeah. So I don't want to. Do you know what? That's not how I want to get famous.
Nor me. But if I happen to have a camera on me when I, in the normal, natural course of things, do something stupid and go into a coma, I'm more than happy to make money from my stupidity. Accidentally.
You should have one of those kids who are chasing you in that game of tag or whatever it was that you were doing when you went over the fence and broke your leg. That would have been. I don't know how you make money out of your own misfortune, but maybe it's possible.
TikTok.
Tick tock on the clock. So
Coming this summer, Rob Schneider is an accidental jackass.
That's it. Everywhere he goes, hey, that's an idea. Like he keeps doing stupid shit, and it just keeps getting put online, and he's just like, yeah, that could work. Rob Schneider would be perfect for that role.
Apprentice starts Thursday, so you're going to be head to head with Alan Sugar for viewers.
I'm sure
I assume he means you, not this.
No,
because today is not Thursday.
No, I'm sure Alan Sugar doesn't know that. Yeah. I've never watched The Apprentice. Have you, Jeremy?
I have. I used to enjoy The Apprentice a lot.
What happened?
It got stale and I
Shit.
stopped watching. Basically, they stopped even trying to bring competent people in, and therefore it was just a bunch of derps not doing the right thing. You'd be good on The Apprentice, Alex. He'd never get on. He's not nearly derpy enough.
No, that's true. I am many things, one of which is a cunt, but I'm not a derp.
They've got a fair share of those on there.
I could, and
but they also like in a Venn diagram, it has to be like derp and cunt, and they must intersect. That is the apprentice kind of middle.
I feel like, I mean, they've often got someone who's got a lot of city banking, hard-nosed kind of attitude. Like, listen, I don't take no for an answer. I get in there. I get what I want. I've never watched this show, by the way, but my understanding is this is what kind of thing they say. And I'm really not like that. They'd be like, for me, this is, again, it's another reality TV show for Alex, but like, they'd be like, what can you bring to the table? Well, I'm pretty good with ideas and marketing
Ketchup
stuff,
I'll bring the condiments to the table.
I'll bring some beans.
Place settings.
Yeah.
What do you need? I haven't seen this table.
A floral arrangement. Have you got one of those? Yeah, I think I'm pretty chill. Do you know what, Alan? Can I call you Alan? Actually, it's Sir Alan. You're a sir? How did you become a sir? What the fuck happened? You're fired! Oh, well, fair enough then. I think I know a bit more about The Apprentice than I'm letting on.
You should do your own version of The Apprentice.
Yeah, well, maybe that could be another string to the bow of the stupid ultimate reality TV show I'm creating, which is part Taskmaster, part Circle, part Mole, part Traitors, and
now part Apprentice.
Part Apprentice. It's like 5 parts to it.
If you occasionally take them down the beach, it can be part Survivor as well.
Yeah.
What
all
else
these
can we
things.
get in there?
Oh, so many.
Make them jump over a fence. Part Krypton Factor. Be a giant head and talk to them. Part Nightmare. What else we got? I'm out.
I'm trying to think. I'm also trying to read the chat. Apprentice and Taskmaster are the same thing, except one's hosted by a comedian and the other is hosted by a joke. That is true. I think that I watched one episode of Apprentice and they had to make their own cereal.
Yeah.
And it was one of them made a cereal called Pirate Flakes, and it was like a pirate. And no, it wasn't called that. It was called Treasure Flakes. And I know why, because they made a jingle which was a bowl a day a pirate makes, so have yourself some Treasure Flakes. It was a great fucking, and I remember even now why a Treasure Flakes not a thing. But yeah, I think there's always someone who's really intense, and I think I could win Apprentice.
I think you could.
I'm pretty
because,
straightforward.
as I said, you're competent, and that is not the hallmark of an apprentice contender.
I've got the number one thing about meetings, which is I don't want meetings. I try and get rid of meetings, and the meetings we have don't last very long because I don't fuck around with them. Not meetings for meeting's sake, see? In fact, when I get my first meeting with Alan Sugar, I'll be like, this meeting could have been an email. Am I wrong? And he'd be like...
He'd get out his phone right there and be like, Alex@theapprentice.com, you're fired.
And it would change fired to fried, and I'd be like...
You're fried?
If we're fried?
I'm baked, if anything,
Shit.
Sir Alan. Yeah, I do like the Alan Sugar kind of bendy finger that he does. He doesn't point.
He doesn't point?
It's like, you're fired.
Maybe.
Like, mate, sort your finger out.
The damn slap should do the slap apprentice. That's true.
That's good.
And when he gets
you
rid
should
of
sell
someone,
him that idea. That's money. That's gold.
He goes around to everyone, and they're all standing in a row, and he looks at them like this, and the person that gets a slap is the one that's off the program.
They play the theme to The Apprentice, but whenever it hits like one of the punchy bits, it's a bit like musical chairs. But he slaps the person when it hits like the punchline. Dun 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 dun. No, false alarm.
You're fired. Sent from my iPhone. That's a great joke.
That's great.
I like that. Yeah. No. What's that? Montagues and Capulets, sort of. I think, Montagues and Slapulets. Am I right?
Boom.
Come on, this shit writes itself.
It gets better and better. I should say, boom, better and better.
Montague and Brapulets. That's what
Brapulet.
Oh, fuck me.
I dropped that in just for you, Alex.
Thank you.
I knew you'd like that.
Bam, ba-dum, 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 ba. I finished watching The Traitors. Perhaps I should talk about that in Montagues and Napulets. Dance. Technically, it's a Dance of the Nights, actually.
Yeah, well, if you go on like the end credits, it says Montagues and Capulets.
Does it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Montagues.
It is known as that. Yes.
Actually, well, listen, Dance of the Nights doesn't rhyme with any of the things we've said.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
Just making sure I'm speaking correctly into, the mic and everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I've forgotten entirely what we're talking about, except the apprentice or the slap. I would love to see everyone's eyes, like, in fear as Davide comes round with his big slapping hand.
Yeah, it'd be like Slapsgiving all over again.
Yeah. I want it to just be like, he can't say you're fired, but there must be a word that's a bit like you're fired, but it rhymes with slaps, but like...
Doesn't matter what he says, ears are going to be ringing from all the slaps, so you can just say you're fired. It wouldn't matter.
It could go, sometimes he'd go to slap someone and he won't actually land the blow. That would be one of the things they'll do, be like, and stop short like that, and everyone will be like, oh my God, it's not here. Oh my God, I all thought he was going to get slapped.
You're retired.
No chance, that's what you got. What I get for Christmas, I didn't really get anything for Christmas. Everyone agreed that we wouldn't give anything, although you got me something.
I did.
So, and me and Alethea are getting things for each other, but everybody else, I basically haven't got anything.
I forgot to write the joke on your present, though, so I've kind of ruined it.
Well, that's okay.
Because Hannah wrapped it, and then I forgot to intervene afterwards and put a little thing on there, but whatever.
Well, I'm looking forward to playing it. It looks fun. Apprentice Series... No, what I said? Apprentice! The Apprentice Series 5, Episode 5, 2009. That episode was Alex. Do you know, I believe you. I believe you. Ali
seems to know who's Apprentice.
Ali likes The Apprentice.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of Ali and your streams on a Thursday.
I know. I'm all out of love.
How do you feel about that?
Do you know what? I need my lawyer.
Dearly?
I won't miss him. I need my lawyer there because I keep saying ridiculous shit.
It's true.
He needs to get in there and stop me from saying. That's it. If I went on The Apprentice, I'd have to bring Ali with me, so that every time they say, "What do you think of this, Alex?" and I'd be like, "I need to consult with my lawyer," and then we just whisper about stuff for a while, and be like, "Yes, that's fine. I accept."
Oh, we're behind the curtain. No, I googled Treasure Flakes and The Apprentice came up in a blog. There we go then.
Treasure Flakes, a bowl a day, a pirate makes. Oh, so have yourself some Treasure Flakes. Anyway, this has been fun. Yeah, just want to push the button in to bring us into the segment we call This Is Happening.
Hey, look, it's working.
Woohoo!
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
Listen.
Yeah, don't go too quickly with your haps and naps because
we
they'll go off the
them.
screen and that'll be that. So, wait for a lull and then get your cheers. All right? Yeah.
Hap.
Yeah, Hap. Traitors, now that Jez has watched it, said Harmstone. Hey, I watched it before he did.
That's true. That's true. I finished it last night. And boy, was it a doozy. It was thrills and spills, a roller coaster of emotions, and massively Hap. The traitors, yeah, that would be great.
The ending, yeah. We had a chat about the ending earlier.
Yeah, I have to say, something I didn't say to you was that I felt like.
Oh, we should say spoilers for the traitors if you haven't.
I don't really think I want to spoil anything. I won't mention anyone by name. But
I will.
It's
been weeks.
What I will say about it is that I feel fucking. There's so much I need to say, but I feel. Everything happened the way everyone wanted it to happen. I think that was everyone's desired ending after everything that had gone down with the traitors.
I was fully behind. Okay, I won't say a name. I was fully behind the final traitor.
Yes,
right till the end until
they fucked it up.
And turned into a massive bell end. And
yes.
I was like, nope, you can fucking do one now.
When the traitor
root for everyone else.
When the traitor bellendified themselves, I was
bellendified needs to go on a t-shirt.
I was very happy with
when you've been bellendified.
I was very happy with the unfolding drama, and I'm uncertain about what they can and can't say, because if you're a traitor, can you just go, right, I'm a traitor, they're a traitor, and like absolutely scorch the earth?
Peace.
Can you scorch the earth? Because I suspect they can't, because if they could, they probably would have done. If I could, I would. But yes, it's quick enough to say, because this could be an entire episode of its own assessment of the traits. Maybe we'll pick that up on Thursday.
Maybe we should do that. Just get a little round table together, have a little discussion.
Yeah.
I think we could do that. Go through it ep by ep. Have you been Belendified at work?
Listen. Well, what's that? How can
Call 1-800-BELLEND to
get
start
put
your
straight
claim
through,
now.
straight put through to Captain Brilliant.
Operators are waiting.
Where there's a bell end, there's a.
If only
Bell
someone had a
end?
podcast to do that. Yeah, but you don't do the good reality, mate. You keep doing the ones that nobody gives a fuck about.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, I can't wait to listen to your Survivor episodes. Oh, you haven't got any Survivor episodes? Right, well, fuck that then.
Yes.
It's on the list.
We all enjoyed it. Massively hap, and it did everything we wanted. Terrible in terms of its mechanics, but in terms of the people and watching people be kind of emotional and crazy, it was delightful and delicious at every opportunity.
The people are great. The people were great. The mechanic of the game is shit. And they need to fix that if they're going to do a second season.
And do you know something? I think I may have... I think I love Claudia Winkleman.
I thought she did really well. I don't tend to like her, but her kind of demeanor...
She was perfect.
Completely matched. And I liked how at certain points she was basically telling them what to do and like helping them out.
Yeah,
she
I
was
like
just so behind them.
Yeah, she's like supporting them, but like she has to play the kind of both sides of it. Like everything's fucked, and I'm going to fuck with you. That's right. She
the
does.
Aussie host is even better. Oh, there's an Australian Traitors. Harmstone, get that shit in my inbox right the fuck now. I will watch that.
Yeah,
the Aussies do everything better.
It's called The Traitors Down Under. I don't know if it is. I would like it if it was called.
It's probably just called The Traitors because, you know, they're Australian and
the Traitors, mate.
Yeah, is the game better? Like, or is it the same format? Because.
But presumably, and do you know what I was reading on Twitter today where
bloody Traitors,
where someone was trying to explain like this
rack
off, you bloody traitor. We don't want your kind round here. Now, take your corked hat and go off down
kangaroo and didgeridoo
and go off down the billabong.
Another stereotypical
know,
Aussie things.
If you're Australian and watching this, you can tell us to go fuck ourselves. Even if you're not Australian.
Australia's asleep right now. Who gives a fuck?
Oh, yeah, they might never... Well, listen, I think 1% of them were watching us at one point. I checked the TikTok. So
oh, nice.
This one...
Hello, 1% of Australia.
Rack off! Fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah, Aletha now realising that she's about to have two different more countries of traitors in her life with the Aussie and the American one.
Aletha isn't a fan of the traitors.
No. I can understand that. I can see her gripe, but yet also I really liked it.
I did too. I get it, and we were talking about that as well.
I like bitching about how the game is fucking stupid and it doesn't work properly.
No,
so,
but the bit that does work is everyone losing their shit.
Yeah,
the people more than make up for it. And like, I don't know that I entirely agree with what I'm about to say, but I felt like the way it was all borne out...
You don't agree with yourself?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't know where I stand on myself, but at the end, I felt like it was... I don't know, maybe it was just the way it was edited. It felt like the traitors might have had it in the... Or, you know, a traitor might have had it in the bag, were it not for the fact that the way it all kind of played out, it just...
Oh,
it went to a good guy conclusion.
Yeah, if they hadn't have... Like, literally all they had to do was nothing... And they would have won.
Yes.
Like, because you just blend in with everyone else.
Yes.
Random people being accused, so you might have been picked off by utter happenstance. But there was nothing to actually direct you towards them as the traitors. So,
no.
Like, all you literally had to do was nothing and you'd have won. But you, like, fucked it up, so.
You sound like Bert, the chimney sweep. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Tip of the top, cream of the crop, Mary Poppins. So anyway, yes.
Rack off, Mary.
Rack off, Mary. It's a jolly holiday.
Right, now we've missed most of those haps and naps, so you'll have to go
I don't think there were any other. Everyone just was happy.
I did see the hap thing next to Tamsin's name as she was doing them. That's probably a good way of doing it with the emote, but they're gone now.
Yeah.
And I don't have a mouse to to do
We're
anything
all
about
out of
that.
mouse. We're so lost without you.
Nap, the awful Bills news about Damar Hamlin. Yeah,
I don't want to dwell on this.
there's
It's
not
obvious.
much humour in it, to be honest.
No, it is massively nap,
Yes.
which is an understatement, of course. It kind of feels fucking ridiculous to say that. So all we'll say is that we're obviously thinking about him and his family. I
Absolutely.
was thinking about it constantly all day and all last night. So I'd probably just leave it at that. And if you don't know what's happened, you should probably look it up online.
Go to sea. I have sea pass. You wait your fucking turn. We're doing this is happening.
She's gonna put traitors in the sea.
She is. Yeah. She can do that if she wants.
Yeah, she can. She wants a waste of a sea pass,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. No, put it in the sea. Put it in the sea. Do you know there might be something better to put in the sea than the traitors? You know.
I thought you ran out. No, we haven't run out. They've gone off the screen. People have to say them again.
Yeah. Because we can't.
Yeah, I think Will's repeated Tamsin's one for her. Hap got a beautiful new picture. I did see that. Yes, that is definitely a Tamsin Hap, not a Will Hap.
And obviously we gave
Very useful, Will. Thank you.
the golden marble for my Ultimate Marbles Championship found its way to Tamsin, so she put that up and took a load of pictures of it. She's very happy, so that was good.
Hap and a creme brulee.
Shit business.
Just the existence of creme brulee, or you had a creme brulee, you were turned into a creme brulee. More information required.
And look at all the fucking acutes and kind of cedillas and what other graves or whatever other nonsense word I made up on the creme brulee. Look how many Frenchified.
Oh, right.
Look at the.
I thought I had a stroke then. I had no fucking idea what you were talking
The creme has like one of those. Then the brulee has I say it's a cedilla. I don't mean a cedilla. I mean like a circumflex. And then like unbelievable. How fucking hell.
Left flickety and right flickety. That's what they're called.
Yeah, left flickety, right flickety, up diddly dum.
One's on the creme, the other's on brulee.
Oh, blow me a kiss. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't like those things. Like the little flecks on stuff.
No. How does the C pass work? Well,
You don't have one.
you don't have one, Brogan. But what happened was when at DGMS 100, people were issued with a C pass.
And there will be opportunities to win C passes coming up, especially when we get to episode 124. But this is a C pass.
That's what it looks like. Everyone got one, and it meant they could put anything in the C they wanted.
Yes. Or save themselves from being put in the sea if they
Yes.
get a bit pricky and we decide we don't like them anymore.
And then
they
when you
need to
use
go
it,
in
you
the
write
sea.
it down on there, don't you?
I make a note, yes.
How many people have used it?
3, but I've only written down 2 because I need to write down Will used it.
What did Will put on there for?
I have no idea, but they definitely did.
Okay. Have you got any haps or naps you want to mention?
No, not really. I mean, it was a generally happy period, Christmas and New Year. I enjoyed.
New Year's Eve was amazing. You came around here.
I came around for a bit, yeah, and then we went home and I watched the college football playoff, which was fucking incredible.
Oh, really?
Great game, yeah.
We obviously stayed here and we played Mario Tennis Aces or Mario Aces, which is just a ridiculous tennis game which I bought ages ago because I knew that Duncan would like it. Excuse me. And I really wanted to do a tournament, like a Wimbledon-y kind of tennis tournament, but never got off the ground. And then I said, hey, by the way, we should play this game that I bought 3 or 4 years ago just so we can play it. And we played it and it was ridiculous. And as soon as we found where the special button was, like your kind of smackdown bar button, effectively, your tennis character, Mario tennis character, can just fly across the screen, do something cool. And we managed to
Sounds like tennis, yeah.
end the game on a massive mega Waluigi kind of special move, which was just, everything was really good. And then we went into town, went to Kip's, then we went to the potting shed, and we had a wonderful time and lots of cocktails, and it was brilliant.
Nice.
I don't really have any naps. It's a new dawn.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
Yes, it is.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
So, yeah, I think it's hard to have, naps in my head, given that we're at the beginning of a year. So,
Yeah, so last call for haps and naps that have already gone up the screen and we haven't seen them. Here we go. There's the update. I had Karis written down. She put Super Tennis in the sea. I do remember that one. And Will put in the sea people who talk through your programs /movies but don't let you talk through theirs.
See, that's really good because like there's bound to be something it's like you're watching something and they'll be like, oh well, I told you the other day you made a fruitcake and I didn't want to shut the fuck up. I'm watching Traitors. And then like when they're watching something bullshit, you'll be like, well, I guess I can talk about this shit. No, shh, I'm watching Coronation Street.
I've got really good at the. You done? Great.
Click. Nap. No Feliz Navidad from Jez last DGMS. Well, easy come, easy go. You know, listen.
Hey, you guys are the ones that didn't tell me to do it, so I'm very compliant, Alex. It's often been said how I will generally do what I'm told and what I'm asked, and in no way am I a stubborn prick. So if you'd have just asked me, I would have done it. So
ABC sexy ankle. Yeah, I got a little bit of ankle just here.
He's flashing. He's flashing it.
If this had been like the 1800s, they'd have been like, oh,
you'd have been
goodness.
stoned to death.
I know, right? Can you imagine what the 1800s people would have thought about fucking people today? Just
ankles.
Like
I would love to like time travel, like grab someone from the 1800s and then put them in front of like Too Hot to Handle or something.
Yeah,
and just be like, they would have a heart attack.
They
right there
lose
on the
their
spot.
shit. It's like an ankle is quite sexual. It's like, mate, you got nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Okay, I'll take your ankle. How do you feel about just a whole arse?
A whole ass. A whole ass.
With maybe a string between the butt cheeks. How do you feel about, how does your sensibilities match up with that?
I watch TikToks and reels and stuff like that, and it has to be said, the women, let's say, on this, because I don't think this is something we could get away with in our TikToks, are getting more daring. And at one point, I saw one today where this woman's just like in a car. She's just like taking her underwear off. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I was like, we have gone beyond titillation now. It's like, hey, I think I'm going to try all these clothes on. I'm like, I get it, right? You're trying to be titillating. Now, like, just going to take my underwear off. I'm like, right. That's it. That's what we're competing with.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you, Jeremy, in so many words.
We can't really compete with people.
I'm going to take my sock off.
I'm just going to pop a boob out here and there. You know?
I don't.
Yep, there you go.
I just.
Million views.
Between that, puzzles, and clips of Family Guy, how is anyone meant to make an honest living on TikTok? Take it off. Take it off. I would do, but feet are wrong. Yeah.
Exclamation, feet are wrong. That needs to be a thing at some point. Yeah. Hap, says Tamsin, the golden marble is my top hap, but I live in the moment and only listed today's.
That's fine. We can do this week's. I mean, that's generally speaking how I work. Alex would have been dunked as a witch.
And that's even without the ankles.
Yeah.
They just took, like, that is a wizarding face. Look at it.
It is.
He'd have been dunked as a wizard.
Yes. Yeah. I believe it. I've been to Salem.
You're a wizard, Alex. No, I'm not. Well, whatever. Set you on fire anyway.
I would have started my own Hogwartsian house, I think. Why do we have to constrain to just the 4 houses? I'd have been like, come on, let's start a new one. But feet are wrong. Is this going to be your religion, do you think? The religion of
feet are wrong.
Yeah. But does that mean you put up with feet, but as long as they're hidden, or would you prefer something else instead of a foot? If you had a different mode of...
Yes, is the answer to that question.
You would prefer a different...
I would be happy with either of those. Either feet are covered up,
yes,
and so you can't see them, or they are replaced with some other appendage, such as a paw or a hoof. Or
what about wheels? What about
wheels? Would be excellent
if you had 2 wheels. If you had wheels instead
wheels
of feet.
For heels.
You just rolled around the place, a wheel on each foot. Yeah,
I'd be down with that.
Yeah,
I would prefer like kind of more roller skatey style, like
maybe
4 wheels
inline
or an inline skate type thing. Yeah,
because if you do this religion, maybe that's what your congregate. Can't even speak. Maybe that's what your I can't say congregation. Maybe that's what your audience would like to aspire to. You know, one day they too can have their feet replaced by the power of your.
I mean, if they go down a hill too quickly with wheel feet, they probably will get a spire pretty quick when they just crash up there,
I just
hit a car and bounce up to the spire.
you
know?
need to have some sort of god deity that is the ultimate form that you're praying to. I don't want to tell you how to run your religion. I'm just saying these questions need to be answered at some point.
It does sound like a lot of effort. Maybe I shouldn't do this.
I don't know. I think that people might want it. The Church of Feet. No, Church of
Feet are wrong.
Church of Feet. Church of No Feet. Can we work on this? Because I feel like there's some.
I mean, it's 2023. I can identify as somebody who doesn't have feet if I want. Like, what are they then? Well, they're not feet, are they?
Not feet.
They are beat.
I think you should probably make your own gospel. The gospel?
Just in general, nothing to do with feet. Just the gospel according to Jez.
Yes.
Yeah. Meat, not feet.
I don't think there's anything left to say. All I say, I loved New Year's. Oh, and I bought World of Warcraft. Both myself and Aletha have bought the latest World of Warcraft on the recommendation of the guy that lives downstairs.
There goes your time then.
I know. But don't worry, because, still got plenty. You say, what? Batman? What? Yeah. Dragonflight. Wow. World of Warcraft. I can't say anything. I'm as bad as Duncan the Singer. He's not here to defend himself. That's really very, very unfair.
That's what we do here on Don't Get Me Started. We insult people when they're not here.
Correct.
Because they should be here. And if they were here, they could defend themselves. Otherwise, fuck you.
World of Warcraft Dragonflight is the latest expansion for WoW. And I haven't played it in a while. And I was talking to the guy downstairs, and he said, oh, by the way, I've been playing WoW. Did you want to play? And I'm like, yeah, well, do you know what? I'm not so fussed about it. And I was like, immediately buy it. So listen, if you want to play, let me know, and I'll tell you which server we're on.
Oh, yes. Ali did ask me a question. Very important question.
What did he ask you?
I have the answer to it. What's my prediction? I assume it's open to you as well. My prediction for the winner of the darts. Well, Ali, allow me to just delve into my extensive knowledge of the darting universe. And I will say, is Phil the Power Taylor still going?
Maybe.
I don't think.
It's possible I could just ask Siri and they'll tell us who's going to win the darts.
Raymond van Barneveld.
What a great name! It's bound to be a Dutch guy.
Yes, I think he came out to Triple H's King of Kings as well. Yeah,
amazing.
Loads of them used wrestling themes for their entrances, obviously, because that's what they're for.
Fucking wicked.
He said 1-0 MVG. I assume that's Michael Von Goose. He's pretty good.
Michael Von Goose.
The king of the darts.
Oh, I remember him.
They call him the Dart King.
Yes, they do.
That's all my knowledge about him.
Never puts up a goose either.
No.
No.
Van Gerwen, yeah, him too. Yeah. I don't know who this MVG is, but Van Gerwen, yeah.
Michael Von Goose. That's this guy's name.
Michael Von Goose or Michael Von Duck, if you're Alex.
Yeah, that's true. That's what he looks like anyway.
Who the fuck is Michael Von Goose? I'm just reading what you've put, mate. You said it was 1-0 to Michael Von Goose. Don't have a go at me.
Yeah, listen,
you provided the information.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Jesus, it's getting shirty, Alex.
I know. Well, this is what happens. You have to rein them in. We need to get Slap in here to give him a little slap to the Montague and Slapulets theme tune.
Previously on the Slapprentice.
Do you know what? He could use that because nobody owns that, right? It must be out. It can't be in copyright. It's a piece
I think that
Do you know
recording of it is not public domain. I don't know. But there are lots of new things coming back into the. Coming into public domain.
Yeah.
I can't remember any of them. Maybe we should look at that next week because there's a lot of fun things following up from our Winnie the Pooh conversation a few weeks ago. Which everyone's done done their own version of Winnie the Pooh because it's public domain.
Because if I do this Taskmaster Circle Mole Traitor's Apprentice hybrid, it might be good to Survivor likewise have a piece of
Nightmare Krypton Factor.
I forgot what I'm trying to say. Classical music to play because it wouldn't cost me anything to play it. So I could get something like, The Ride of the Valkyries or something like that.
Particular recordings of music are copyrighted even if the score isn't. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's 75 years after the composer dies, and he died in 1953. Really? I feel like it's so much older than that, but anyway.
So
We can
5
work
more
on that.
years. 5 more years.
5 more years. Shall we move the fuck along?
Yeah, let's do it. Where do you want to go?
Do you want to see the thing that says underneath "Get in the Sea"?
Yeah, that one.
Is it that really?
Yeah,
let's do that.
Yeah, why not? We've got a fair few, so it might take us a while.
Let's get on with it then.
It's time for the segment that we call Blop. Is that what it's called?
Blop.
Do we call it that?
I think we should call it Blop.
Blop.
If you've never been here
Blop.
before, by the way, there's a great possibility because we've gone onto TikTok and bits and pieces like that other people might have come in here. You might be lurking, going, "Who are these motherfuckers?" I thought they were only funny when they did "Am I the Arsehole?" And you would be right. But welcome in if you are new here.
Push the button.
That's our names. I'm Alex. That's Jeremy. And if you're lurking and you don't know who we are, that's who we are, and you're in the right place. We're going to do a segment called Going Viral, where we talk about things that have gone viral, that have passed our eyes, and we thought were interesting.
So first on the slate of Going Viral is us. Yeah.
That's true.
You broke your throat.
I broke
then,
my
did
mouth. I broke that was my reaction when we got so many views for our
it was
video.
insane, and I've just opened TikTok to get current numbers. But for those that were not following it, as we relentlessly talked about it over the Christmas period, we started a TikTok.
We did.
We put some videos up, and one video in particular fucking kicked off.
It just went mad.
Absolutely went nuts. And it was the clip for our Am I the Arsehole for refusing to debaptize my aunt.
Yes.
It currently has 366.9 thousand views.
That's big time.
Which is
I've
never heard of that many views.
And it's the likes. How many likes has it got?
We have got 63,000 likes.
63,000 likes.
63 fucking thousand.
63,000 likes. I am so pleased about it. I love it. So, yeah.
2,027 comments.
So many comments.
And there's only like one or two where they're like insulting us. The rest of them are either talking about the ITA or telling us we're hilarious.
Yeah.
Both of which are correct, obviously.
By the way, once that gets shared a little bit, sometimes it can go a little bit further, starts gaining some momentum. Comments and shares are really good and likes are really good. So if you are not watching our stuff on TikTok, it would be really great if you could. Yeah. It's on there as DGMS Live.
Exclamation socials in the chat will get you all of our social media.
There you go. Just like that.
Yeah.
Follow it all and go and check it out because we put stuff on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and like it means a lot if you could go in and kind of push it a little bit because it might be the nudge it needs for someone to see it and all that sort of stuff. And that one really did go crazy because at one point it was sitting at 1,000. Then suddenly one day it just
wouldn't stop.
It wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
And everyone started chatting about it. One of the best comments that I read on there was when somebody said, because that's the one where you say, I like,
oh yeah,
his brother, no, he says like, so I didn't care. So it turned to my brother 5. And you say,
it's a shit name.
Yeah. And I say, he's friends with my cousin 6. And you're like,
family lacks imagination, obviously.
And then this person went, by the way, the numbers are their ages. And we were just like,
gee, thanks, guy.
It was so funny. Some of the shit they said.
Yeah, like because there is a religious element to it. There are a lot of people going, well, actually, unless they are a member of the official Catholic Church of Catholics, then the baptism does not count. And if they did not consent in their own baptism, then their baptism does not count. And if the faith of the aunt was strong enough, she would know that it doesn't matter what other things baptize you as long as you are God-fearing and live in the light of the... Shut the fuck
Honestly,
up.
Some of these comments
Jesus.
are just bonkers. It's just so nonsense. But thank you very much, every one of you, bonkers, banal or otherwise, for commenting on it because it helped it get to 300,000 views. Let's hope they all get like that in the end.
Yes.
So
and,
that's
we are up on TikTok to 3,846 followers.
Do you know,
which is incredible.
We were like, when we were at the very beginning of this, is the 13th of December, we were like, we had like 12 people following us, and then it went to like 20. And then a few people started following us a little bit more that day, and it got like 30 or 40. And I was saying to you, oh, maybe we'll hit 100. And that day we were like...
Yeah, that day when it was very slowly ticking up that day. And we were like, man, wouldn't it be fucking incredible if we hit 100? Like 100 would be fantastic. And then we saw 100, went to bed. The next morning it was up near like 1,000. Like, oh,
shit.
Well, cool. That's a thing.
So I don't know where this is going to go, but we'll just keep putting this content out, and we'll be revisiting that. And that's most of the things that's going to go in my empty book, is like reviewing the goals for the things and what we're going to do.
Because we did sit down at the beginning of December and set out goals for what we would like in terms of followers and stuff by episode 124, which is our next milestone. Yeah. And suffice to say, they got fucking blown out of the water. So we need to revisit that.
Yeah.
Just looking at the comments, I laughed at, where is the update, please? Well,
funny you should say that.
Funny you should mention. I have got a treat for you, and later in the week, the people of TikTok, because I went back and looked, and here is the update. To remind the whole well, you can go watch TikTok. I'm not going to remind you. Go fuck yourselves. Here is what the op said after the fact.
Yes.
I wanted to give an update on the whole thing. That's how you start an update.
That's true. Update.
Apparently, neither the baptism of my brother nor the priest itself were legitimate.
Did they not? Was it like in wrestling, they have to sign a contract before...
Yeah.
Before that, the stipulation is upheld only if it's been ratified.
The priest flipped the table before he'd signed the contract, and unfortunately,
none of it.
He couldn't do the baptism. The dude is not even registered as a priest, and is just someone she found online.
So, the priest that she got was a fake priest.
Yes. She basically kidnapped her nephew, took him to a dodgy backstreet fake fucking priest, and had him chuck some water on him.
Like,
I now baptize you in the name of... Fuck, what's he called again? Is it Jez? No, that's the other guy on that TikTok. Who is it? Jesus. I baptize you in the name of Jesus, and oh fuck, what's the other guy called?
I'd love it if they baptize you in the name of Jez.
I'll baptize you in the name of Jez.
in your religion. No, so listen, I don't even... There's so much to say about this stupid fucking story, but I presume there's a little bit more.
There is a bit more, yeah. He with my aunt and my grandmother held a small unofficial ceremony.
Did she know it was unofficial? Presumably she did. When she looked this person up, she didn't go like, that seems legit. Or did she know the whole time?
I mean, why didn't she have her own priest? Surely she had her own priest. And maybe she realised, hang on, if I take my nephew to my priest, he'll say, what the fuck are you doing? This is fucking insane.
If the thing about it is that, what was I about to say? Because if she knew that it was a fake priest, why did she have to forge a signature? She had to forge the signature of the mum, but if the priest is already dodgy, it doesn't matter what you write. You could... It's like, forge my mother's signature. You don't need to forge a signature if the person you're getting... In fact, if that's the case, you don't even need to hold the baptism, right? If you know that the priest isn't real, is spurious, not genuine, then as a result, it doesn't... it could just make it up. Just, I took him to a priest and got him baptized. Like, the whole thing is suspect after that.
Yeah.
I don't
understand. And why did the fake priest insist on paperwork?
Listen, I'm going to need a receipt for this.
Yeah.
For this fake baptism. We need to get this audited and notarized.
Neglected to check his own paperwork, but wanted to make sure the paperwork of the aunt who had kidnapped their nephew was in order. At least they're a thorough fake priest.
The fake priest, was he being played by the guy who plays Kane in WWE? Who was it that played like fake Undertaker or fake Diesel? Who's fake Diesel?
I don't know who fake Diesel was, but fake Kane was the person now known as Luke Gallows in WWE.
Because it strikes me there's always
Turned
a fake...
up and tormented him every week.
So, like, I'd just like to know who plays the fake priest. Who's going around... I can't...
What was that?
Who's going around? Oh, my voice tonight. Who's going around just offering services up to be a fake priest?
People who want money, obviously.
Like, normal priests also take money.
Renter, insert blank here. Like, you fill it when you fill in the form, just say what
Thomas!
you want. Just say what you want. Priest, exorcist. I've run out of jobs, but they're the same thing. Shall I continue?
Please do.
My grandmother confessed this to my grandfather once the drama started, and he now told my mother. The whole thing is rather weird, and my grandmother told my mother to report the priest, but my mother just wants to leave the whole story behind us. This was the problem in the first place, wasn't it? She just wanted to keep the peace and not get the aunt committed for being fucking insane.
Listen, 300,000 upwards views. Disagree. The mother is not going to get what she wants. This story is going nowhere. Can you imagine her dismay? I wonder if she knows just how viral this is. Not just for us, but for everyone else that's talked about and shared it on Reddit.
You know,
we're just a drop in the ocean of everyone else.
Exactly. Yeah. God knows how many views the original Reddit has got.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a good point. Since the baptism does not have any real effect on my brother, she sees this as an easy solution to get her sister off her back.
Yes.
Do you know what's another good way of getting your sister off your back? Telling her to fuck off.
That would get her off your back pretty quick. I mean, this sort of hijinks and shenanigans has probably been going on in the family for years, and this can't be the last fucking straw. Surely the mother must be thinking, this is yet another one of Betty's fucking bullshit, you know, that I have to put up with. But here's the thing. The original baptism of the son was bullshit because of the fact that the guy wasn't real.
The guy wasn't real,
But-
and the boy did not consent.
But, well, we'll say. But does that make the witch baptism any less real? Do you know what I mean? Because I love the idea that, like, oh, well, that one, you know, our son's fine, but you might still be
Yeah.
fucked.
Sorry, Auntie Betty, you're shit out of luck. Your baptism means fuck all.
However,
But the Bride of Satan baptism, it turns out that was legally binding
Yeah.
because witches don't need to register. So you're still married to Satan. 5 is no longer baptized.
No.
Everybody's a winner.
I think the real winner is the fucking internet. I mean, honestly. Can you imagine what it must be like to be the aunt, knowing that, like, literally everyone finds you fucking hilarious? But
Am I the anthole?
yes.
Yes.
So
Hang on. There's a bit more.
I was gonna say.
I've lost my place, though. We are just happy my brother is not actually baptized. Also, good news is, my mother no longer wants me to debaptize my aunt. Hooray! And finally accepted that she is simply crazy.
This is brilliant.
She will try to talk with my grandmother tomorrow, since she is not as crazy as my aunt, and hopefully can convince her of leaving me alone. Clearly the grandmother got involved and wanted to
Of course.
have things debaptized as well. According to my grandfather, my aunt told the story of me baptizing her very different. Yeah, no fucking shit. Which is why my relatives were on her side.
Wonder what the difference was. She came out with a skull-shaped pot with water. In the aunt's retelling of this, had she killed several of the family pets in a ritual sacrifice, danced around in the blood and entrails of the gerbils before draping it over the aunt and then slapping her around the face?
Do you remember those? I say, do you remember? As if you were there. But do you remember those like old Viking rituals where I can't remember how often it was, but I think it was every 3 years they had to go to whatever a Viking temple was called, like sacrifice a bunch of animals.
Yes.
And then it culminated in like sacrificing 5 people. as well, and
Oh,
then
really?
mixing all that blood together and doing like covering them in blood and stuff. All of the like pagan, like witchy stuff that
Hmm.
that was back then. I think you're thinking of Midsummer. It could have been Midsummer.
There is a bit in Midsummer. Oh my god, how can I ever forget Midsummer? There is. I can't get into Midsummer right now.
But that may be what the grandparents were thinking that.
I would love the outlandish description. We need to hear from the aunt. Like, what did the aunt say? That would be amazing. It's like, I walked in on a black mass. Black candles burning, chickens, their heads cut off, running around the place, talking demonic chants. If you'd have been there, she says to the grandmother, you would have died from shock. It's like, wow, definitely she's turned into a witch based on that account.
I chimed in with a haven't you ever heard of baptizing your fucking child? No. It's much better to take these kinds of things.
I like that. Hey, Dom, I love the different takes men and women have about Midsummer. It's like they watched a different show. Listen, I really want to pick that up and get into it, and I probably will in a bit, actually. But
I've not seen it.
Oh, it's fucking incredible.
So it's not what I was referring to.
One of the best films I've ever seen. Oh my god. Anyway, is there more at the end of this?
Just the one line, and it
Hit
ties into to lots of the comments that we got as well. Despite all of the hilarious suggestions on how I could continue to scare my aunt, I will not do anything like that. I will just wait to see how things go from here. So perhaps down the line we'll get another update when obviously the aunt just doesn't let it go.
She wouldn't let it lie.
Because of course she won't.
So just whilst I just wanted to check. Did
How
they?
about it? Also, hi Dom. Welcome.
My grandmother confessed. The dude is not registered. They found out. My grandmother confessed this to my grandfather once the drama started. So the grandmother confessed that the priest wasn't real. It was the grandmother that revealed. Oh,
she had the inside information, as most grandmothers do.
It wasn't even a real priest.
Five's not really baptized.
That's such a great, I want to say it feels very wrestling. It's like, turns out the priest wasn't real. So as a result, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H aren't really married. And oh my God.
It's Eric Bischoff at the end of Billy and Chuck's wedding.
That's how it feels to me.
His name isn't Five. Yes, it is. Go back and read it right there in the parentheses. My brother, Five. That's his name. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Well, that is a great update.
Yeah. So, moral of the story, don't be a crazy aunt. Follow us on TikTok.
Yes, do that.
And I've got extra paper to throw around this week.
One of these days, it's going to be my head.
Yes. But wait. There's is
more.
I've got 2 more virals.
Oh, wow.
Because, and I really like this
Viral
one.
videos that don't involve us.
Yeah. This one isn't a video. It isn't even a picture. It's just a news story. It tickled me, and I think it'll tickle you too. Because absolute fucking scenes in Scarborough this New Year's. Their fireworks display had to be cancelled because a walrus decided to take up residence on the coast where they were going to have the firework display over it, and that meant no fireworks for you, Scarborough.
I can't imagine.
Go fuck yourselves.
I can't imagine how Scarborough must have taken that.
Not well, let me tell you. There was a follow-up story in which the BBC got hold of it, and instead of leading with the story of the walrus,
yes,
they led with the response of the people of Scarborough, and it was not positive. They were like, "Fucking move the walrus!" Like, I want my fireworks, don't I? Except they don't sound like that because they're from Scarborough.
Is that how Scarborough?
I mean, I assume.
I think you're right.
I've never been there.
Scarborough.
It's kind of Liverpool
Yeah,
adjacent,
every
isn't it?
fucking where.
They either sound like that or they sound like Harmstone. Like pick a northern accent. There's plenty of them. Oh yes, it's Harmstone. Forgot. My bad. Yeah, but it gets even better because this is a known walrus. This isn't just any old fucking walrus. This is a walrus that is causing havoc around the country.
There's always an animal causing havoc.
Previously spotted on the Hampshire coastline. Now, I'm not very great at my geography.
Right.
But I do think that Hampshire and Scarborough are quite far away from each other.
They are not close.
And has also been spotted in Brittany, France, not Spears.
Oops, I did it again, said the walrus.
Brittany Spears is a little bit further away, so that would have been impressive.
Brittany is in the northwest of France.
Mm-hmm. Hampshire is in kind of the mid-south
of
England.
Of us.
Scarborough is in the northeast.
I want to say northeast.
Oh, probably they probably don't sound like Scousers then.
You joined us here where we name where places are. You pick a place, we'll tell you where it is in England.
He is a VGB. Does that work for walruses? I thought that was just a stupid thing you said about dogs.
I don't know if it works. Well, it worked. The walrus was a what? What's been? The walrus was aggressively wanking. Does that come up in your thing?
No. I'm sorry,
He
what?
is not. No, it's not aggressively wanking. Are you sure it wasn't somebody in a walrus suit?
No, you're talking shit. I wouldn't have missed that. What?
I heard it on Radio X.
I was listening to Radio X this morning. That's where I fucking heard it. What?
Are you sure it wasn't a related story about something else?
Well, Sky News haven't reported it. Oh, hang on. Maybe they did in a roundabout kind of way. The unusual visitor has attracted large crowds. They are said to have witnessed some playful behaviour.
Listen,
how does a walrus jerk off?
I bet you he doesn't use lube.
What does that look like? He hasn't got any hands. What the fuck?
No, this
You're making
this is
this
literally
up.
how he does it.
You are making this up. This is not true. He did not masturbate on the beach.
He grips his penis between both of his walrus flippers.
That's a seal.
And listen, I'm going with it. And just moves it up and down like this. Like he's kind of
Please stop talking.
just flossing his penis.
Rule one.
Humps a rock. Yeah, just rubs up against it.
Right, well, I'm sorry I brought that up.
No, that's the best thing ever. Let's keep talking about it. Don't kink shame me in my walrus costume. So a walrus rocks up to Scarborough.
Is it at the beginning of a joke?
A walrus walks into a bar, and everyone watches him wank. No, and they didn't want to do the fireworks because it would wake up the walrus.
They could not do the firework display because the walrus is an endangered species, and it would cause. It would threaten the walrus. It would cause harm to the walrus.
They're not going to fire fireworks at the walrus. I'm sure there's loads of other people who probably thought in Scarborough, listen,
Well, it
I
sounds
just
like
want my fireworks.
the walrus was trying to provide its own fireworks. I don't believe you. You're making it up. Stop lying to me. I'm very naive. I'll believe anything you tell me. But honestly, walrus wanking, seriously.
It's like, that is the ultimate punchline, right? It's like,
hard to wank with all these fireworks. Well, yeah. That's probably why they.
it's like,
That's probably why they stopped the show.
it's just like you're trying to jizz in time to the 1812 overture. It's just like ba-da-da-da-da-da-ba-ba. Was that a firework going off? No, that was me. Says Wally. I presume his name's Wally.
Is that a firework? Or are you just pleased to see me?
Get your rocks off.
All right, here's a quote from Harmstone. But parents had to cover their children's eyes when the 2-ton beast appeared to perform a solo sex act on the slipway on Saturday. Footage of Thor's unfriendly family performance in Scarborough, North Yorkshire, there we go, that's where it is, went viral on social media. Right. Well, I'm glad I didn't go looking for videos.
I mean, I'm really pleased with the alliteration of solo sex act on the slipway on Saturday, which is a lovely sentence.
That's like from the Scarborough Tribune or whatever the local Scarborough paper is. That is local journalism at its finest.
That's
let me
unbelievable.
tell you. Yeah.
Covered their children's eyes. Would it have been really clear what it was doing with its... What are walrus arms called?
Mate,
Because
where else are they going to get this education?
if not there, the parents aren't telling them.
Attenborough's not going to fucking cover this, is he?
It's that and TikTok. It's women taking their knickers off on
And here
TikTok
we see
and a walrus.
We see Thor the walrus, not in his natural habitat, but on the beach of Scarborough.
He does on a beach, he'll be Thor, I'll tell you that.
Uh,
Flippers.
And here we see Thor engaging in a solo sex act on the slipway.
He's flipping something off.
The fireworks have not disturbed him. He is unperturbed by the loud bangs and instead would like to provide his own banging.
Is that a Roman candle I see, or is he just pleased to see him?
Still don't believe you.
I believe you.
Even if a newspaper published it, I don't believe it.
He's called Thor.
Wanking walruses, honestly.
Wanking walruses, Batman. I think that's incredible because I caught a bit of this story and I didn't really pay much attention to it, but
you would have if you heard he was wanking.
That would have been I would have been watching. What? Listen,
it's not every day you get to see a walrus engage in a sex act with itself.
This is what I mean.
You're just trying to tick off things you've seen before you die, right?
If I wouldn't have been able to look away if I was on the slipway of Scarborough waiting for the fireworks to go off, and a walrus was wanking, I might have been encouraged to wank myself just as a big fucking,
It's got an audience, you
yeah.
know?
Just to say that I had.
Blubbering one out. There you go.
It's just like the scene of a walrus wanking. I have never heard. Let me just put not too fine a point on this, okay? It's not just the fact that the walrus was wanking, but I have never heard of any animal just wanking. Not in my life.
Like openly wanking.
Yeah, openly wanking.
No, or even in general.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't name another animal. We haven't heard. This is
What
news
other
now.
animals masturbate?
That's my question.
That's the question.
Yes, thank you. Because we're talking about oh my God, it's ridiculous. But has no one stopped to think, this has never happened? I never heard this before.
I mean, dogs pleasure themselves in front of you. That's part of the reason I don't like them.
My hamster used to jerk off on his cage. Just to jerk off, he's getting his little fucking hamster hand around himself.
Jerk off on his cage?
Or did he just
humping the cage?
Did he put his dick between the bars of the cage and just kind of push back and forth?
I mean, you got to admire the ingenuity. Monkeys. Yeah, that doesn't count. They're basically us. Monkeys are basically people. They've got hands.
Nothing but mammals.
Hands and penises.
So let's do it like we do on the Discovery Channel.
Have hands, will wank.
Will wank.
Well, I probably should have left this till last, but I didn't know it was going to be this fucking insanity.
It doesn't matter.
Are we ready to move on to the third viral? I'm not going to top it.
Dom just said hamster used to. I don't know if it's true or not. I just love the fact that.
I believe it. Yeah. I mean, everything gets horny, right?
Oh my God. Oh, you didn't know?
So,
please carry on.
Walrus masturbating on the beach. Not the most fucked up thing I'm bringing you in Going Viral this week. Because over the Christmas period, and I'm sure you heard about this very much did go viral.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Alex. Sorry. Over the Christmas period, there was released a new energy drink. I think it's an energy drink. Might just be like a drink in general. Let's call it drink for the sake of posterity. Mm-hmm. A new drink was released, produced by YouTube star, and I use the term star loosely, KSI. Okay. So this was a YouTuber sponsored drink. Does that appeal to you in any way, Alex?
It does not appeal to me at all, especially since it might be, we don't know, an energy drink. I don't really want or like or drink energy drinks.
No.
And I don't give a fuck about random YouTubers. So no, this does not appeal to me.
Okay, so it wouldn't have you getting off your couch
No.
there on Boxing Day morning, heading to the store to clamour and get as many bottles, cans, receptacles of this drink as possible.
Bottles and cans. No, I would not. No, it would not get me out of off the sofa on a Boxing Day morning.
Okay, so you wouldn't hypothetically join this checkout queue of people.
The fuck?
Whom restricted to one of each type. This is a queue of grown-ass people buying prime drink, one per customer of each flavour.
But is that how big does that? The name of it is called. Oh, I think I've seen something about this.
Yeah,
Prime.
They're pretty big.
I saw something saying Prime on a thing on, I don't know, Reels or something, but I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah, it's become a joke. It's gone viral, if you will. So yeah, not only were people wasting their fucking time going out to make sure that they got a bottle of it, people were actually fighting over it in the supermarket and trampling fucking children. To get Look at this bottle.
It's just a drink.
I didn't give it. I gave you one of these.
Was it like a phone?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. Got one, didn't I?
Yeah, I've got it. I can make sure you got some Prime, mate.
Security guard there doing his best work.
Do you hear that at the beginning? He just goes, fucking hell.
I didn't give it. I gave you one of these.
Was it like a phone?
I mean, at least the guy with the camera knows what he's doing. Not getting the drink, and filming the friends. Oh, the security guard's got one. I understand now why he's not doing his fucking
You're only
job.
allowed one bottle of each, by the way. Who took them out of your hand?
I don't. Yes, likewise. I don't get this at all. Is it? If it's? Can anyone confirm if it's just a drink? Right?
It's just a drink. There's
I
nothing
mean,
more. Nothing more.
Someone in marketing has done their fucking job. Is all I can say.
Fucking
Fucking hell!
Fucking hell!
Fucking hell!
Bunch of melts.
Like, this is obviously bullshit. No one would do this for Monster. No one would do this for Red Bull. What is the...
Well, maybe they would if it had the backing of a random YouTuber that people like.
But, like, there's so many...
I mean, what happens when we release, the Haterade from DGMS?
Oh, yeah.
The queues are going to be around the block.
Oh, I know they will be. I find it amazing. There's so many products across the world supported by so many different people that don't get this sort of level. What is in this drink? Is it like the Holy Grail? Does it give you the gift of eternal life? What is the literally... That is what would happen if someone told me that out there, if you drank it, you live forever. I would expect those sort of scenes. There are only 1,000 out there. You have to get them, and then you get to live forever. Then I'd see something like that. This is just fucking...
It's just a drink.
It's just a drink.
And apparently not even a good one. Flavoured coconut water, says Lady Sora. Hello,
Oh, I
Lady
don't think
Sora.
I'd like that.
No.
But then I'm a bit coconut shy.
Fuck Shed Store. Kids will pull this out at my school and bang it on their desk like it's a brag. It's a scarcity thing.
It's a brag. What the? It's a drink.
I've got a fucking drink. Look at me, man.
I've got a drink.
Fucking drink. Yep. They like that as much as I did.
Shut up. You fucking love it.
Which is not at all. Yeah.
Best joke ever.
Yeah. I mean, how many sea passes to put Alex in the sea? The answer is, after that, not many. Gather your sea passes.
People are selling them on eBay for like 50 quid. It's a drink.
Mean, you can try and sell anything on eBay. Are people buying them for 50 quid? Because they're the stupid people.
It's a drink. Man, cunts will buy anything, won't they?
Yes, they will.
Unbelievable. What can we sell? What can we bottle? Do you know what? When we eventually make it as huge TikTok YouTuber types.
So next week, yeah.
Yes. I swear we're going to make something super...
I swear.
by the moon and the stars. We're gonna make like a fucking fidget spinner made of cocaine or something.
No, a Rubik's Cube, when you solve it, then there's some cocaine in the middle.
I've just laughed far too loud. In that. That's the laugh we were going for, wasn't it?
Yeah. For those that don't know, we've put our audio levels on the screen in front of us so we can actually see when we're being loud pricks now. And he just saw how loud he was.
It's just...
or, hear me out, don't.
No,
Dom,
we're going to do it.
You're a spoil sport. Come on.
I love it.
You know
a Rubik's
you want this.
Cube that at the centre, it might have cocaine. It's like a Kinder Surprise.
It's either cocaine,
adults.
right? Most of them are cocaine, but occasionally
Yes.
it's anthrax. And you're supposed to be trying to find the anthrax and take it immediately.
Yeah, it's like a Kinder Egg, but it's kind of like Russian roulette. Russian roulette. Kinder Russian roulette.
And one of them's a piss egg.
Yeah, one of them's a piss egg. One of them's just anthrax, and in one's
by which we mean the deadly like powder, not the 1970s 80s bands.
No, we mean it's the actual band Anthrax
in the egg.
Get
the
egg.
fucking there.
And sometimes there's a diamond in there. Oh my god.
Fucking hell!
Fucking hell!
And you're right, Karis, that does need to be a sound clip redeem.
I don't know if you guys ever watched Father Ted, but there's an episode where there's a sheep contest, and like the sheep contest is rigged, and normally they say feck all the time in Father Ted, but there's a bit where Father Ted does a big reveal that the sheep contest was rigged, and there's a big grumble, rhubarb, and in the back of it, you hear somebody very clearly say, "Fucking hell," and and they do the same soundbite twice, and it's fucking perfection. But it really reminded me of that. You should watch the sheep episode; it's really good. Down with this sort of thing.
I won't, because it's Father Ted, and it was not funny.
It was hilarious. What are you talking about?
It was not funny. No,
don't put it in the sea.
It was trite.
It wasn't. It was brilliant. It was genius. It's not trite. It's the opposite of trite.
Nope. What's the opposite of trite then, Alex?
Etrit.
I believe you, actually. Right. Well, that's that. Are we ready to move on?
The opposite of trite is Sprite. Sprite. I'd buy Sprite. Sprite's a drink I'd buy.
I don't like Sprite either. It's basically lemonade, and I don't like lemonade.
That's fucking I can't believe that someone's released.
Just to get a bearing, what sort of comedy do you like?
That's a good question.
Good comedy.
Come on.
Actually funny things.
I have the scripts to Father Ted. They're so good. Come on. The same guys who wrote The IT Crowd.
I don't like that either.
Oh my god, you just don't like Graham Linehan.
I may not.
You don't.
I don't even know who that
He's
is.
the guy who wrote Father Ted and The IT Crowd.
I gathered as much.
But have you ever seen Black Books?
I have not seen Black Books.
You won't like it.
No, I probably won't. If
just
it's made by the
I'm
same
helping you
people,
out.
that's one to check off the list. That
I
I
go
don't
so
need to
far
watch.
to say, I blocked Graham Linehan this week. What? He was on the opposing kind of like offensive line, and you just like, no holding there. Good work.
I blocked Graham Linehan this week because he came for one of my friends. Well, I'm sure he feels it, Harmstone. I'm sure he sat there going, oh, I overstepped this time. Like, the Michael Harmston has blocked me. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life now. Maybe I'll write another shit comedy. Maybe I won't.
Maybe you won't. By the way, Dom said something about...
He's a massive turf. Is he? Well, there you go. That stands to reason, because obviously Father Ted was the least offensive thing ever. So it makes sense that he's not offensive.
I know we can't go up, but I just can't. I wanted, just before we got into that, all there was Dom talking about his hamster's fucking massive balls.
See, that's funny.
See, that is funny.
Yeah, Dom, you're the comedy I like. How about that?
That's the. It's just like the hamster had two big swellings. Turned out he just had massive balls. It's just like, I don't know how old Dom would have been when when you get a hamster, you're like 5 or 6. It's like, Dad, what does that? What the fuck is? He wouldn't say what the fuck. Dad, what is my hamster doing? Son, don't look at that, son. You don't need to. You don't need to see. It turns out he just had huge balls. Oh my god. Son, he's aggressively wanking.
Put him next to the walrus. They can do it together.
That's how he died.
Right.
That's how he died.
Let's get the fuck out of this segment, honestly.
Please.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go into the obvious.
I'm not sure it's going to get any more safe for work. It's the segment we call Today I Fucked Up. Well, I did press the button. It's not listening. Come on, button. Be a button.
Otherwise, you're going to have to walk all over there.
I'm not walking over there. Fuck getting up. There we go.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew. He fucked up.
I did fuck up. I forgot to bring my mouse. The channel points don't work. I left the Santa Claus crashing in the intro. Nothing's working today.
But it has been hilarious, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. It's been a comedy of errors. So I really hope that all of our new friends on TikTok have come to see this massive balls up and conversation about masturbating walruses.
Cuckoo, gachoo!
That's how we want to represent ourselves. Anyway, shall I go first? Because I think your one's better.
Okay.
You know, save the best to last and all that. What is Today I Fucked Up? In case we do have our new TikTokers in.
Yeah, Today I Fucked Up is another Reddit stories-based thing. Not always Reddit, but that's often where we do find them. People who want to admit to the world, to the internet, to everyone that on one occasion, and not usually limited to today, that they 100% fucked up in some way. And amused as they are by it, they've decided to tell the world how it was they fucked up. And now we're going to tell you. And not all of them are very truthful, but most of them are amusing.
As a percentage, how many do you think are true that we have read out on this show?
I think it's 50-50.
They're either true or they're not.
Correct.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you were good at maths.
Thank you.
Today I fucked up
Oh, yes.
by telling a waitress I had already beaten their hot wing challenge.
The hubris.
Obligatory, this didn't happen today, but was actually a few years ago. But I'm sure you people of DGMS will still be able to enjoy my pain. Is that what I did there?
I did. I loved it. Mr. Black.
So as the title suggests, I like spicy things. I have a large collection of hot sauce at home. I have tried most of the world's super hot peppers, and I have won numerous hot wing challenges.
I have a huge penis.
You'd like to think so. I would expect the latter to be true. Usually, I'm fine. But as I've aged, occasionally I find that my stomach suffers. Nothing too extreme, but a lot of noise and sometimes a bit of ring of fire. Cut to the day of this specific incident. I live in a medium-sized city in Canada.
The specificity. I can't even say specificity. The specificity.
Like, they don't want to out themselves.
No.
It's like,
Look at.
I live in Edmonton. Oh, fuck, I can't say that.
Yeah.
I live in
Listen, it's not as big as Toronto, but it's not as small as, like.
Winnipeg.
Yeah.
What other Canadian cities do we know?
What's the name of that place?
Montreal.
That Zach lives in, that tiny fucking place that's called, like, Boothead or something stupid like that. Or, like. Gander, that's in Newfoundland. That's the source of come from away. So Gander's really small. So not as small as Gander and not as big as Toronto.
Moose Jaw.
Moose Jaw, yeah.
Woodville. What else are Canadians like?
It's a medium-sized.
Beavertown. I'm just trying to offend Canadians. Is it working?
I don't know. There aren't any Canadians in the chat.
Yeah. Are you just naming places for Ticket to Ride? You got it.
Listen, I've got to tell you, this place is medium-sized, and it's very, very important.
It's a medium-sized city in Canada. Yeah, the story could not go on unless we knew the size of the city.
Yes.
And to be clear, it's medium-sized.
Yes.
Under no circumstances should you be disillusioned into believing that this is a large city.
It ain't.
Nor should you, have the happenstance of finding it to be a small city.
I really want to remember.
It is definitely medium-sized. Oh, have you got it? My brother-in-law used to live in another city. Oh, fuck, here we go.
This is just GeoGuessr. But then he came to my city.
A medium-sized city. Our city is a very, very medium-sized city. My brother-in-law used to live in another city, about 140 kilometers / 90 miles away.
Jeez.
So for context, and this becomes important, about an hour and a half by car. This day in particular, we went to visit, so we could drive him back to our house for the weekend.
Okay.
Now we did this pretty often. Usually when we do, we find a restaurant and grab a bite to eat before we head home. The last few times we went, we found a small pub that specialised in buffalo wings. At the back of the menu, they advertised a hot wing challenge where if you finish their hottest wings, you eat free. Without an ounce of hesitation, I ordered the challenge wings.
Of course.
The waitress asked, "Are you sure?" To which I replied,
Of course I'm fucking sure. My huge penis could eat the wings on its own, you fucking idiot.
"That's exactly what it says. Have you read this?"
I've not read it.
To which I replied, "I like hot foods, and I can't turn down the opportunity to eat free wings." Dick. She laughed. No, she didn't. And got my wings. They were hot, but I had definitely eaten hotter. And so I got my free wings, paid for my girlfriend's meal and my beer, and went on my way. In the coming months, I did this twice more. Each time the waitress would ask, "Are you sure?" Each time I would say yes. Each time I got the free wings. It was wonderful. Cut to this last time. We go to our favourite wing place. It's their favourite wing place now.
Yeah. Well, it would be if you got free wings every time.
In between the medium-sized city in Canada and the city of unspecified size in Canada.
How is the woman not remembering this guy's face? They go in there all the time.
It's probably a different woman and he's the one not remembering the waitress.
It's possibly true, but like when you're, I mean, I can't be certain, but when you've gone to somewhere a bit, you tend to become a regular and people know, hang on, you've done this one before, you know, but for the purposes of this, I presume that they do not remember him. Anyway.
This cannot be bullshit. He used kilometres to add context. Well, that's a very Canadian thing. Because they use kilometres, but he probably knows he's catering to an American audience. Be like, "What's the kilometre?"
They might have several stuff. They might have like 10 different people and they're on at different times. It's entirely possible. We don't know the size of the place.
I mean, I appreciated it. I haven't got a fucking clue how far 140 kilometres is.
If the same guy came in like 10 times in a span of a 6-month period and always smashed the wing challenge without a second
like
thought,
either everybody
I'd remember that guy.
Either everybody passes this wing challenge,
Yeah.
or no, that's it.
Yeah.
Either everybody passes it, and so it doesn't matter who does it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe the
you're not
boss
going to
there
remember
is...
all the people because everybody does it.
Everybody does. Maybe the boss there is a jerk and waitresses keep leaving. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's very handsy and they just keep leaving and filing harassment claims against him.
I love the backstory we're adding to the NPCs. It's
That
great.
motherfucker, right? What a cunt.
Fucking boss of
Wingstop.
wing place in...
Actually, Wingstop's a real thing, isn't it?
Wingstop is a real thing.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. We'll have to call it something different.
No copyright infringement or slander was implied.
Wing drop.
Wingo.
Wingo.
It's like Wingstop, but it's the opposite.
Wingardium Leviosa. And they float the wings in with a wand into your mouth. It's a Hogwarts-themed wing restaurant. Fucking patent pending. I'm doing it. Wingardium Leviosa. Can we work on something else that can maybe with the Levi? Anyway, sorry, I'm getting in the way of the. Anyway, he's a sex pest, but he sure makes some mighty fine hot wings. God damn it, I want to put that guy away. Like the local guy of Boothead, the local sheriff of Boothead wants to be like, God damn it, I want to put this pervert away, but he makes the finest wings south of Quebec. And that's what that's about.
Just in case we hadn't offended all of the Canadians.
Hey, listen, we took
There's still one out there that hasn't been offended. Quick, what can we say? A boot. There we go. That got him.
Canadians, Robin. Carry on.
Yeah. Cut to the last time. We go to our favourite wing place. We waltz in with an air of familiarity and seat ourselves. The waitress, whom I found out later is the owner, comes to take our order.
The waitress is the owner. If she's the sex pest,
Am
that's
I the sex pest?
that's a fucking twist. Come on, we didn't see.
Didn't see that coming.
We thought the sex pest was a man. We didn't know it was going to be a woman. Hey, now look at that. That's amazing. What a story.
Just trying to get comfortable. Can't find a.
That's
place
what I
to-
do.
Can't find a place to sit today. Can I
It's
just?
just like,
Can I sit like that? Yes, I can sit like that. Right. Jesus. Like.
oh, she's called Fiona. Fiona, yeah, Fiona, the owner.
Do you know her? The waitress, whom I later find out is the owner, comes to take our order. My girlfriend, daughters, and brother-in-law all order, and the waitress turns to me and asks what I'll be having.
You go.
That's exactly what it says here. You have read this.
I have read it
Yeah. I say, I'd like to do the hot wing challenge, please.
because
The
I have
waitress-
massive gerbil balls and a huge fiery penis, and I expect to spurt hot jizz out of my fucking cock the moment I consume them. Now, pish off and fetch me my wings.
Word for word again. How does he do it?
I don't know.
The waitress once again asks, "Are you sure?" This is where I fucked up. I stupidly told her, "Oh yeah, I've done this lots." Dear reader / viewer, listener,
Us.
when you tell the owner of an establishment that you've already eaten a free meal at their place and now you're just there to fleece them out of another order of wings, they do not take it well. Our previously friendly waitress turns to me coldly and says, "Oh, have you? Then this should be easy for you."
P.S. I'm not the waitress, I'm the owner.
It was not. My wings came, and everyone's eyes went wide, and they leaned away from my meal. Instantly, everyone's eyes water, and the waitress / owner grins a big, toothy, mirthless grin.
How do you do that? What's a big, toothy, mirthless grin? Because if I do a toothy grin,
Yeah, how do you
make
take
it
the
mirthless?
mirth out of it?
Let's try that. This is weird. Try it at home if you can. Feel free to stick it in the Discord. Mirthless grin. Looking at your face now.
Oh, I'm getting gift today, aren't I?
All teeth, dead eyes.
All teeth, dead eyes.
What? How do you do dead eyes? You have to think of something really sad, maybe.
There's definitely mirth in that.
Oh, was there mirth in my?
Definite mirth.
I'm not getting. Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on.
If I had to put mirth on that as a percentage, I would say 100. No, still mirthy. A little bit like Uncle Howdy, but still mirth.
I don't know how you do it.
You can't put your cheeks up.
But I'm trying to grin.
It's
'cause
got to
I
be a
have to-
grin without cheeks.
But the
which
grin-
is like hella impossible.
Is that? Otherwise, it's just like. Otherwise, you're just like the awkward emoji. Do you know the one I
just
mean? I
can't-
love using that emoji.
I can't like make my cheeks stay
It's
down.
impossible to. This doesn't make any fucking sense.
This is a lie.
Fake.
She says, "Enjoy," and walked away.
She didn't mean it.
I cannot convey to you in mere words the pain I suffered eating these wings. I took my first bite, and it was searing doom. An explosion of nuclear fire blanketed my palate. Not unlike what I'm sure the people at Pompeii would have experienced during the eruption at Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah,
All right,
I-
fucking Wikipedia.
Listen, yeah, I'm sure that the deaths of thousands of people in Pompeii is exactly what it was like when you ate some food. Honestly, I mean, I know you're really looking
was
for a simile here, but
Instantly fossilized as he sat there in this restaurant. People in thousands of years will find him and go, "God, he ate a fucking hot wing, didn't he?"
just lying down there in the restaurant, just like covered in wing sauce. People will dig him up.
Also fossilized in the corner is the waitress with her mirthless grin.
And a touchy hands. I think she might be molesting someone in the corner while she's waiting for a tip.
My body began shivering and sweating. A river of snot and tears ran from my face. Twice I went to the washroom to cry myself, to cry to myself and question my life choices.
Cry twice. You went there and cried,
Oh, what did I do?
and then came out, and then went back,
And just ate another bite.
and then cried again. Twice. I wanted to cry twice.
Though no one expected me to finish, I endured.
I'm still amazing,
Still
though.
that-
Don't forget.
Still that massive penis.
That's the
you've got in it.
takeaway.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
forget.
There's a whole other page of this, by the way. When it was finally over, everyone was silent.
Everyone stood up and applauded.
We paid without a word and left. In the car, my girlfriend turned to me and tentatively asked, "Are you okay?" When I just nodded in the affirmative, she asked, "Are you sure?" I immediately had PTSD of the waitress. No, that's not what it says.
By the way, we left without a word. Really? Nothing? You didn't say, thanks, here's the money, here's your... No, left wordlessly? Really?
No, because you can't admit that they fucking got him.
I fucking got you.
I just looked at her, expressionless. We began our drive home.
I can do expressionless.
Remember, the drive is about 90 miles or 140 kilometres for those that are keeping
He's
score.
going to tell us that again.
Back to the medium-sized town in Canada. Again, I would like to reiterate that generally I don't experience much in the way of after effects from spicy foods. This was different, though. I could feel the burn in my esophagus right down to my stomach, and my stomach was getting worse. I was getting bloated and uncomfortable. About a half hour into this hour and a half drive, it's becoming increasingly uncomfortable to the point where I am shifting uncomfortably in the driver's seat. Good job I read that properly. Otherwise, that would have been shitting uncomfortably in the driver's seat.
Well, give it time.
My girlfriend again asked if I'm okay.
Are you okay? Because you're sitting in a pool of your own shit.
And it's on fire.
And you're crying.
Why?
Oh, the humanity! I mean, he did fuck up. And there's more.
And how?
And how?
I tell her something is off. She suggested stopping to use the bathroom, which I declined. What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck is wrong? Listen.
Like, just go and get in a ditch and lie there for a few hours, honestly.
My pride will not let me stop. I must shit myself embarrassingly in front of the entire family. We cannot stop. We must go on. It's not like Lord of the Rings where they're like, no, we go on. Just like, just fucking stop, you fucking idiot.
We've got to get to the medium-sized city in Canada.
Just wading through feces. Plot twist, she just straight up poisoned him. I mean, that would be amazing. My ghost is writing. Remember, she is a stone cold bitch that loves to assault people. So just don't go to Wingardium Leviosa. That's my hot tip. Anyway, carry on.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. This is the story of your child with future therapy. Yeah, the children are there.
Yeah. The children are there. Daddy, why didn't you stop for a shit?
Witnessing the hubris of this dickhead as he refuses to stop for a shit.
My penis is so large, it's wedged onto the accelerator pedal. We cannot slow down. That makes sense.
I felt it'd be best to be at home when it did, as in when Vesuvius
when it
erupted,
happened, when the end came.
instead of just some filthy gas station restroom. You are leaving behind your feces. Who cares what it looks like?
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting in there, so I didn't want to shit in there.
I didn't want to, mess up the place.
Does he live in Vancouver? That's a medium to large city, so I don't think so.
I'd definitely say a large city, yeah. Or Saskatoon. That could
Maybe
be medium.
Saskatoon.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
I would love to. An hour into the drive, and this discomfort is just full-on pain. Bad pain. I step on the gas, blowing well past the speed limit.
Don't step on the gas,
I didn't
mate.
care. I just needed to go home. Wait, I thought the girlfriend was driving. Hang on a moment.
Inquiring minds want to know.
There's continuity errors in this totally real story. My stomach had decided that it was no longer going to house these abominations, and one way or the other, they were coming out.
You should have known that.
You would hope one way rather than the
You
other.
ought to know,
Well, what way do you want?
in the words of Canadian songstress Alanis Morissette.
Or was it the other one?
Tori
Tori
Amos.
Amos. When we finally got there, I put the car in park and ran to the front door. I fumbled with my keys while everyone else got out of the car.
Got home?
The door finally opened and I vaulted up the stairs 4 at a time. That's a lie. You're not going to do that as you are holding in your shit. It's not going to happen. As a man who has, struggled to hold in a shit and got to the toilet, you are tentatively dragging yourself up the stairs while clenching your butt cheeks with wanton
Poo desire.
Yeah.
What I would say is that when the times when I have needed a poo quite desperately, when you are approaching the toilet, it's almost like your body knows that it's. So it goes, well, it's time to come out.
And it begins the process.
It begins the process when it knows geographically, even as the crow flies, or maybe the crap flies, it's going to be, you're 3 meters away, but you still actually have to get through, maybe in your case, like the baby gate or something like that, and up the stairs and round and stuff like that. But the body doesn't know that. The body just thinks, we are within range. 5,
Body doesn't know.
4, 3, 2, 1. Evacuate. No! So I can only imagine.
Yeah, he didn't want to, shit at the truck stop, but instead he decorated his hallway wall with it instead. Nice. Welcome in, Hannah. Yeah, you've saved lots of money on therapy today. You've missed some blinding stories, but yeah, this is mild.
This is nothing.
This is mild
This is
compared to what
nothing.
we've
This
already
is
had.
nothing.
It was a race to the toilet, and I was losing. Just as I got to the bathroom, it happened. I got to the door mostly closed before a violent spray erupted from my arsehole, painting the back of the door and the floor. To minimize the splash zone, I made an executive decision: the bathtub instead of the toilet. I launched myself into the tub and started doing my best to get my clothes off. All the while, I'm violently shitting and throwing up all over myself. My girlfriend, God love her, came upstairs and with a look of absolute disgust at my vile bodily expulsions, took my dirty clothes away and cleaned the door, walls and floor. No, she didn't.
Fake.
You are not married. You are on your own in a basement writing stupid fucking stories.
Covered in your own shit.
With a small penis. She came back upstairs.
Is that not the end of the story?
It is not.
That was as far as I can say. That's the go. We're out. There's no such thing as a free lunch.
She came back upstairs after starting the laundry and turned the shower onto my battered, burning body. Good alliteration. I was cowering in the fetal position as the warm water hit me, still amazed at the lashback of a pound of spicy buffalo wings.
No, you weren't.
She asked me in a sweet voice if I'd learned my lesson.
No, she didn't.
I feebly replied, yes.
Oh, redemption.
I lied. It says that. It actually says that. TLDR, thank fuck for that. I thought I could handle some hot wings, only to have the chef create something insanely hotter than expected and ended up destroying my bathroom. Addendum post-edit. Here we go.
Do you really need to say addendum post-edit? Not you, I mean him.
Yeah, well,
Just say, update.
The place was called Tammy's Queen of Wings in North Bay.
Missed an opportunity.
I guess people were like, this is bullshit. So he had to name the place.
So you need to work out where 90 kilometers away from
North Bay is,
so
we can find out.
city.
Because that's the question on everyone's lips.
Now we can calibrate.
What is the medium-sized city? Ontario. Ontario's not medium-sized.
Well, I don't. Well, what am I going to say? I don't know.
And Ontario's not a town.
Is it Ontario or Ontario?
Ontario's a province.
I mean, this
not
has come
a town.
up before.
Surely you know that, Harmstone.
Listen. Carry on. Sorry. You were in the addendum.
The place was called Tammy's Queen of Wings in North Bay, and it was 100% my fault. My ego got the best of me. They do make you sign a small waiver, and it's just the wings and any non-alcoholic beverages the wing eater orders that come free. Everyone else's food have to be paid for.
Obviously. What kind of place would it be if one person ate some hot wings and everyone ate for free? Fuck me, they'd be out of business.
The restaurant in question is closed permanently, which sucks because, spicy or not, the wings were pretty good. I didn't suffer any long-term ill effects, that's a shame, and I don't have an ulcer, thank God. We're in no rush to get married. She's in no rush. But still kind of like each other's faces. Yeah, no other part, apparently.
Still kind of like each other's feces.
And lastly, this was not the last time it happened.
Of course not! Your ego got the better of you again.
Hubris will get you every time.
Yeah. Listen, I believe this... this story is... I believe this story is true fake.
Yes, it is embellished incredibly. In no way did he, shower his bathroom as shit as he said.
Did not happen.
He shat his pants in the car, and his girlfriend looked at him with utter disgust.
Yes. Or, what I believe he did was he got home, and then he just sat in the toilet and shat a massive shitty load. Because when he says he went in, he got the door closed, but then somehow, after closing the door, he decided to do a 180 and shit up the door, and then shit around, then he decided to shit. So it's like, he got through the bathroom, and he got the door closed, but then he managed to shit everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand how this process...
The logistics of it just don't fly
and
for me.
even if you did start, you're right next, yes, the toilet, you're like, do you know what? I'll just go to the...
I'll get in the
I'll
bath.
get in the bath instead. I leapt into the bath, because that's not going to be fucking painful to leap into a fucking solid bath, you prick. Yeah. No. You didn't leap into the bath.
What projectile you have going on from your ass, it's,
It's, from a point of view of the geography or the location of the room, you've gone in there, you've turned around to close the door, you've sat down on the toilet, you've had a shit. There's none of this shitting up the walls and getting to the bath. And also, on top of that, as you said outright, then at that point, the girlfriend did not then throw open the door and see him fecal position, we might say. Missed the trick on that one. Covered, and she went, well, I guess I'll get the hose then. She didn't do that. There's no way. She would have just closed the door again. She never opened it. She would close the door and let him deal with it himself. There's no way. She was like, do you know what? I love him so much. I want to clean up his own fucking shit.
If this person exists, she is fully used to his hubris by now and just leaves him to it whenever he gets on one of these fucking things. She did not go into that room. You're right, Tansy.
She didn't. Yeah. She didn't happen.
Laminated divorce papers. Just in case you stop at a wing place on the way. I want to make sure that you are fully served with these divorce papers.
It, mind you, was a lot of fun reading that out. That was like a 3-for-1,
A 3-foo.
Yeah. You lucky people. She can never look at him or that bath ever again.
And we've still got another one.
I know.
That was just one Tifu.
I still think I'm going to make my own Hogwartsian wing place called Wingardium Leviosa.
Do it.
And...
Are you going to have a wing challenge?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If you can eat all of your wings without touching them, you eat for free.
That sounds amazing. I wonder how... And there must be a way in which we could kind of like have some fishing rods with like loops on it, so you can kind of like fishing rod wands, and you can like kind of pretend like you're making your wings float, and then you eat them like this. And then like you'll choke on one because it'll fall down your throat. You're like, that's the 8th time this week someone's choked on the wing challenge. My mate did once have to save her boyfriend because he managed to get hot chili from cooking onto his balls. What is it about you and balls, Dom? They ended up dabbing them with milk while he cried. Milk makes it hotter. One time when we were at LARP, I hadn't got to LARP yet, and Captain Brilliant said, why don't we take Tabasco, because they got it for their barbecue they'd eaten, why don't we get some Tabasco and put it in our eyes? And then just like every one of my friends just went, nope, and he went, I'm doing it. Just fucking did it. And I'm like,
that is the most Captain Brilliant of Captain Brilliant stories.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He could write a Tifu, and you'd have to know him to know that it is true.
And that, like, I wasn't there, but that happened.
It would seem unbelievable, but
we were up at we went to an episode. It was fair. It was an episode. It was I want to say it was the Jereg Fair from like 2004 14, and it was up in the middle of the north. And when I got there, someone had thrown up on my tent and thrown sausages in my tent, and Petty had a
Thrown sausages in. That's a very random
They
prank.
made a load of barbecued a load of barbecue stuff like sausages, and then just fucking they put my tent up because they knew I was going to be late, basically. But
They put your tent up, threw up in it, put some sausages in it. Yeah, you go. You'll enjoy that.
I should drink. I could probably drink. Oh, maybe I'll. I did say the man's name. I should probably get some wine.
Oh, did you?
I did. I said it really subtly.
I didn't hear it. So
No, it was really fast.
These guys are on it.
I know. I wondered if anyone spot it.
Mm.
This is the man who wore lederhosen for the holidays. Do you know when we were in Munich, there was some Bucks lederhosen.
Yes.
Which, on reflection, I should have bought.
Yeah.
Because it would have made a good story.
It would have
I
made
think
a good
next time
story.
this happens, and we're in a place, and there's a thing like that,
I will tell you to buy the lederhosen.
and you'll say, "Remember when you didn't buy it last time?
Mhm.
Do the
Remember
thing."
when you only bought a fucking hat, you loser?
That hat's amazing.
It is a good hat.
It was Tampa Bay Buccaneers lederhosen. I should have worn it.
Tampa Baderhosen. There you go. I got it.
Fixed. Shall I ring my
Please do. Please
mine.
ring your Tifu.
Today I fucked up by going overboard on some nudes. Listen, that's the way I like to go on nudes. You know, it's no point in only looking at one nude.
That's the way.
I nude it.
Uh-huh.
I suspect when this person is going overboard on some nudes, they are the one sending the nudes, not looking at the nudes. You know what I mean?
I thought they'd printed out some pictures of naked people and then, like, kind of surf them off a boat.
Literally
overboard.
overboard.
With nudes.
I was cruising with my family, the Harmstone story, and clutching in my hands a selection of nudes, I fell overboard.
Mostly Paul Sinner.
So I fairly recently broke up with my boyfriend of nearly 3 years. Not the fuck up, he just wasn't right for me in the long run. As anyone with a high libido can attest to, going from regular boinking, listen, if you called it boinking, no wonder you split up, to zero boinking overnight isn't easy. And I've been struggling mightily with the lack of sex. Luckily, I have an outlet from all my pent-up horniness, sending nudes to another ex of mine, who I'll call Noah.
Because that's his name.
And before anyone starts sliding into my DMs, these nudes are strictly for people I trust. And Ryan Reynolds, if he asks. This is a guy I've known for years. We dated hot and heavy for a few months. Then we went our separate ways because we were both moving away from the city we met in. While we couldn't be together because of the distance, we've stayed in touch. I kept our relationship strictly platonic while I was with my last partner. But once I became single, I figured, why not kick off that side of things again? Look, I'm not going to deny it. I straight up love this guy. He's the one that got away. How did he get away? They just moved away.
Yeah.
Oh.
They just didn't want a long distance.
They didn't want to long distance it.
Where do we stand on boinking?
I love doing it.
Are we 12? Like,
I mean, boinking is a... Boink sounds like something someone does when... You know when I was playing Pokemon Arceus and I chuck a fucking Pokeball off the back of a Pidgey's head? That's a boink. I boinked a Pidgey.
it's Arceus, though.
Yeah, it's Arceus. Yes, it is.
Pokemon
When I was playing
Arceus.
Pokemon Arceus, I regularly boinked Pidgeys. Is that...
Rule one!
People would be like, "What? What's going? No, I boinked him." Boinking does not mean sex, as far as I'm concerned. It's not in my lexicon or sexicon, if you will.
How long have you been waiting to say that one?
It just came to me as I was getting into it.
Sure, buddy. Whatever.
Listen, this is none of it scripted. Almost none of it. A boink is not a thing. A boink is... Boink? That's what a boink is.
It is merely onomatopoeia. It is not an adjective for sex.
If I was having sex with someone and every time I went into them, it went boink, boink, I'd be just like, what? Have I got a clown dick? What the fuck is wrong with me?
Boink.
Boink.
Ba-da-bam. Boink. Disappointing. Thoroughly disappointing, James. I don't know if I said hello to you yet, James. Welcome in.
It's welcome in.
I think we missed a Where's My Autograph book hello as well. Hello.
Yes.
And hello anyone else just lurking. I'm sucking at hellos today.
Look, I'm not going to deny it. I straight up love this guy. He's the one that got away. We had an incredibly hot summer fling, and then he was gone. Like the darkness at dawn. It doesn't say that, but, I just thought I'd add it in. And we never got to see things play out properly. We also never had to deal with the realities of a proper relationship. So there's a good chance that the connection I feel with him is a fantasy that wouldn't hold up in real life.
Lust. Not love. Lust.
And I know I can love again, because I absolutely did love my most recent ex. But there's always been a part of me that held out for Noah. Man, there's a real romance to this fucking Today I Fucked Up. This whole first 3 paragraphs is all just like a ringer of the one that got away and woulda, coulda, shoulda and all that sort of stuff. And we haven't even got to the point where the nudes, when he falls overboard.
Yeah, this Tifu is decidedly low on nudes currently.
Boinking is how pigs have sex.
Because the tail's boing.
Boing. Oh, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. There's a double doink, which is to miss an important field goal. Does that happen to you? Is this relevant to you?
That was the Bears in the NFC wildcard game in 2019, I want to say.
I see. Well, let's move on.
But generally, as far as your father's concerned.
And I know I can love again because I absolutely did love my most recent ex. But there's always been a part of me that's held out for Noah. Maybe
Noah.
Yeah, I know. Well, if they do get on a cruise and they're on a boat,
that's what she's trying to do. That was just merely observing. Fucking Noah.
Noah's probably a good
boink.
Yes. Maybe one day he'll move back home and we can try again and get married and travel the world on our DINK money and fuck like rabbits till we're both geriatric. DINK money.
Not a clue. Anyone? Anyone out there know what the fuck that is?
DINK.
DINKY. DINKY. She was D.
Delightful.
She was I.
Insatiable.
I can't do this anymore. Double income, no kids. Department in not karting.
Not
Donuts if near Kingston. I like that Dom gave us the correct answer straight away, or what I assume is the correct answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, the others were wonderful.
That makes sense.
Got to go. I'll catch the rest on VOD. No worries, Will. I know you've got to try and catch up with Thor wherever he is roaming nowadays. Enjoy. Make sure you let us know how that goes.
So anyway, for the last month or so, I've been taking out my sexual frustration on Noah with what have mostly been pretty benign photos, posing in lingerie outfits, artistic titty pics, and some Chumbawamba striptease videos thrown in for good measure. She gets knocked down, but then she gets up again. In this striptease video, does she take off an item of clothing, drink a whiskey drink, and then take another item of clothing and drink a vodka drink? But then a couple nights ago...
She keeps saying things that I have no idea what she's talking about, to be fair.
No, I know.
Which makes me think this is not a girl at all.
Well,
girls don't say this bullshit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway. But then a couple nights ago, I got extra horny. I come back from spending a few days with the family over Christmas, and my introvert self needed to decompress hard. So I took an edible, made myself some whiskey sours, and started watching 1883, the Yellowstone prequel show.
I've been meaning to watch that.
Very specific. This show, aside from containing many gruff cowboys to ogle and put me in a mindset to be ravished, is also full of wistful, introspective voiceovers from the main heroine. As Elsa waxed poetic about the vagaries of the untamed wilderness she was growing up in, I too wanted to be a bit melodramatic about my current situation. So instead of sending the usual, here's a boob pic, I decided to step it up. I more or less wrote a smutty monologue about exactly what I wanted him to do to me and how often I imagined him when I got myself off. And maybe there was a bit about how I pictured him every time I came. It was sort of a writing exercise, sort of a smutty role play. But the important thing is that it was incredibly intimate and probably betrayed the fact that I am, to this day, still madly in love with this guy. I think he knows. And with this monologue, I included a picture...
Do they strip to songs that remind them of the good times? No, Curtis.
Oh,
They
Danny boy.
They strip to songs that remind them of the better times.
I get knocked down. And with this monologue, I included a video of me masturbating.
I'm going to stop you there.
Please.
But I will tell you that all of this writing was superfluous. Should have just cut to the video of you masturbating. Like, that's all you needed.
That's right.
Just no need to fuck around with all of this. Like,
listen, if we've learned anything from this stream, just cut to the punchline of something.
Just get
masturbating.
naked. Just get naked. And
Could be a walrus. Could be you. But let's get to the money shot, as Val Venus may well have done.
Fucking Val Venus.
And not just playing with myself, but actually Can't I speak? I can't believe I got through all of that really well and then got tripped up on orgasm.
You still here, Hannah? Just, you know.
And not just playing with myself, but actually orgasming. Twice.
Good for you.
So I sent him all this emotionally charged, deeply intimate stuff. Normally he responds with the validation I crave of the Jesus fuck you're hot nature, which is almost always in the form of a very well executed dirty limerick. Oh my God, you fucking guys are made for each other. I send him pictures. He sends me a limerick because I want him to work at least a little bit for it. But it's been 2 days since I sent that stuff, and he has yet to even respond. Read receipts tell me he saw it within a couple of hours of me sending it, but he hasn't sent me a single word, gif, or emoji about it. And y'all, it's driving me mad. I feel like I just put on a private burlesque show that I've been practicing for months. I didn't even get a single round of applause. He's really good about responding to even the shittiest of memes that I send him, so I have no idea what his deal is. I can only conclude that I went way too overboard and turned a fun, carefree, sexy, commitment-free relationship into something much deeper than he wanted. And now he's decided the easiest way to tell me he's not into that is to not tell me anything at all. TLDR sent experimental nudes. I mean, experimental?
I feel like the original things she was sending him were more experimental than just a video of her masturbating. That seems like a normal thing for intimate people to send.
I sent experimental nudes to long-distance friend with benefits I've known for years, and he ghosted me. Well, we don't know that. I mean, it's only been like a couple of days.
Yeah.
He's probably working on his response.
Maybe
like,
he's in a coma.
From excessive masturbation.
How's that for a callback?
I loved it. I was just say, he's probably read this and thought, I need to respond with something epic. I cannot just go, yeah, that's amazing.
And so he tried to create an epic masturbation video of his own. But in the process, he slipped, fell, hit his head. Now he's in a coma on his bathroom floor. His phone's next to him. The red receipts are right there. She's like, what the fuck is he doing to me? He's in a coma, bitch. What are you going to do about it? He decided to dress as a walrus.
Boom. You know, like...
First he had to swim to Scarborough.
I think that, unlike many of the ones we read, is a long way to get to a very straightforward ending. It's like the bottom line is, if I can sum this up, is that she was into this guy. They split up because of long distance. She went out with someone else who she was into. They split up. And then this friend with benefits has been kicking around and things got really sexy. And then he didn't respond one day. And that is it. That's the full long and short of it. But somehow you felt it would be good to, like, you know, tart it up with some wonderful language and some amazing stuff. You need to practice
for your creative writing exam and embellish it with flouncy language.
Well, listen, it was better when we were doing the wings. The wings was better.
I think we peaked at the walrus, to be honest with you.
It's all downhill from here.
I don't think it got any better than the walrus.
She wanted to make us work for the punchline, and the problem was there wasn't a punchline, unfortunately. But there you go. Well, with 2 hours and 10 minutes of absolute abject bullshit. Are we at the sea yet? I've waited my turn.
I've waited patiently, and now it is time for the sea.
Okay.
I must insist. She doesn't sound like that. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
While you do that, I'm going to get some wine.
Go for it. I turned Aletha into the queen. I'm sorry about that.
I'll just make sure that I don't fall over because I've been sitting on my leg and it's actually numb. So I'm going to have to shuffle off.
You're flashing two ankles now. You're going to get us banned, mate.
I know, right?
You're going to get us banned from 1900s Twitch. Okay, fine, Aletha, fine. And I mean, we all know what you're going to do. It's going to be a bit like this Tfue. We know what's coming. It's going to take a while to get there, but all right, fine. This is getting the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you'd love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea? He hath returned.
I have. That was very well stalled, by the way. I really enjoyed your ability.
I'm quite good at stalling.
Right, so this one for Captain Brilliant. Great, I'll put that over here now. Oh no, not that way. That's my wire.
I was going to say this drink placement probably needs some work in our new setup, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like your new mic stand is working very well.
Yeah. He says, shouting "yeah" into the mic.
Yeah.
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 Yo, DJ, pump this party. Yeah, there's a very clever method that I've employed and it's working. I'm very pleased.
We interrupt this segment for a limerick. There once was a walrus named Thor who had a big wank by the shore. The crowds watched in the cold with the fireworks on hold. When Thor finished, they called out for more.
That's very good. That's amazing, in fact. What's this say?
We now welcome the arm of Aletha into the stream as she yeets a sea pass at us. Get in the Sea is a segment in which generally we throw things in the sea that are pissing us off.
Yes.
We're on our own island. It was originally filled with everything, but everything is cumbersome, frankly, and there are many things that we do not like. So we yeet them in the sea and get them off our island. Some people have sea passes, which they collected at DGMS 100, which was our wonderful live show that we did back in September.
Yeah, end of September the 30th.
September. And they are gradually being redeemed as time goes on. Letha in the chat, has decided to redeem hers now.
So what she wants is social deduction games. This includes Among Us, Spyfall, Traitors, Werewolf, Mafia, The Mole, All Series, Secret Hitler. I presume she wants to also include Battlestar Galactica, Resistance, Avalon, Werewolves of Miller's Crossing, Ultimate Werewolf.
Her, Alex.
She said all games. It doesn't really matter. Fuck off. Shit games for cunts.
Well, that's going
Social deduction games.
That's going to need a multi-sploosh, isn't it?
Well, there they go. You can add her name to the list.
I will, except I don't have a pen.
Well, I've given you that.
Because she can have her sea pass back as a memento.
I can give you a pen if you want.
Sure.
You can write Will down.
I'll write Will on there as well. Yeah, you get to keep your sea passes as a memento to remind you of us. But you don't get to use it twice because I'm on that shit.
Blood on the Clock Tower. Yeah, that's another one. Apparently that's meant to be quite good, but like, I mean, when I heard about it, I'm like, isn't this just like another Ultimate Werewolf? But
the ultimate werewolf.
Shut up and sit down. Really like it. So there's murder on the dance floor.
Does that mean if I do a murder mystery dinner party for my birthday, we will all get wet? No, it just means, fuck Aletha.
Aletha won't come.
Just don't invite her. What if we have 2 sea passes? You shouldn't have 2 sea passes, you massive cheater. Do we have anything to put in the sea? Or have we just furnished Aletha's desires?
No, I don't really have anything. I'm full of the joys of New Year and possibilities that abound, and I love the Traitors. I don't actually like Among Us.
I like it. Well, I liked Among Us, and then it jumped the shark a little bit.
But I generally like these things, and I do like pretty much all these things, in fact. So I guess I do like social deduction games.
It's better than just socializing.
Yes.
There's usually more people involved in that.
Does anybody want to recommend anything to put in the sea that we might ratify?
Although the channel point probably isn't working for this either.
Oh,
Probably isn't working for anything.
just say it.
Yeah. Confirm, deny, generally tell us.
Oh, and if you do have something, keep it light.
Yes, this is a
Don't put-
comedy show.
The spiraling misery that we have based on our current government or something. Mike Knees. Yeah, we'll put him in the sea.
Can we put that YouTube drink? Hey!
Yeah.
Hey, Dom. You're on fire today. We absolutely can.
Let's put Prime in the sea.
Prime in the sea.
But be specific because it might be Prime Video and we don't want to put that in
No,
the
we
sea.
don't.
No.
How
I
else,
don't want to.
How,
anyway.
how else would I watch?
The Boys?
Well, I don't really watch much on there, to be honest.
Anyway.
But I might one day. I reserve the right to watch things on there. So yes, Prime, the drink in the sea.
And cuntish YouTubers, can we extend it to YouTubers? I don't want to extend it to all YouTubers because I think that YouTubers are, by and large, awesome.
Yeah, I think YouTube is a wonderful place. And they're just talentless YouTubers resting on... I don't know how they do it. We need to find out how they do it, Alex.
I know, and we've got to replicate it.
Exactly. So that we too can have people queuing in Aldi to buy bullshit.
Fawning over us and drinking from us.
I'm also full of love for everything, says Tamsin, until I get back to work tomorrow or try to take the fucking Christmas tree down.
Christmas
Well, that's
tree is down.
your own fault for not taking it down at the appropriate time, which is before the new year.
I'll accept talentless YouTubers. I'm not against talentless YouTubers going in the sea.
Talent's subjective, though, isn't it?
That is true. I mean, yes. Does that bother you if the fact that what he might consider talentless might be talented to us, and therefore something might go in the sea that we would rather not?
I think he is trying to find a pseudo way to put us in the sea. I think that's his game.
I don't think he's thinking that far ahead, but...
Is he playing checkers when we're playing chess? Is that what you're saying?
I'm playing bingo.
Yeah.
12th
night is the correct time. No, if anything, it's 12 days after Tiffany died, and we're probably there by now.
12 days after Tiffany died.
Yeah, isn't that what it says in the Bible? 12 days after Tiffany died. That's what they keep saying.
Tiffany?
A Tiffany for short.
Tiffany, who wrote, "I think we're alone now." I think is who they actually mean.
No,
I'm certain. Not the 6th of January.
No, the person played by Martine McCutcheon in EastEnders.
Did she die?
Yeah, on Christmas Day.
Oh. I don't remember that. You know a lot more about EastEnders than I do.
Well, it's how people measure when they take their trees down. I thought it was important.
I see.
Pub quizzing and all that.
I see. So, do we want to put talentless YouTubers who are cunts? I mean, it's just like, you just put cunts in the sea.
I mean, I think we can put specific YouTubers in the sea.
I'd like to hear a specific YouTuber.
Like, we could put KSI in there with his shit drink.
Let's say, for now, KSI with his shit drink.
Perfect. Tyler Oakley. I don't know who that is. Yeah.
We could be here all day.
We could. We could. Do you know how many people are on YouTube? Paul Logan. That's a good one. I don't even need to ratify it.
Okay, yeah.
And do you mean Logan Paul? Yeah, that's who you meant. But yeah.
Paul, Logan.
Although he has put a lot of effort into learning how to wrestle.
That's true.
Got to give him credit, and he was pretty good at that.
We introduced my Turkish sister-in-law to EastEnders over Christmas. She correctly worked out it was a crock of shit.
Oh, massive crock of shit. No argument here.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to get very much more in the sea.
Fair enough.
Put EastEnders in the sea. Well, that happened. Easy. That was pretty easy. Listen, you're not getting anything.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
You're having fun there, Jeremy.
I am. Do 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 do.
Am I the asshole?
Drinkity drink, drinkity drink. Okay, I've had my fun. Would you like to actually introduce Am I the Arsehole
now? Closing the show out nicely, just in time for a raid to occur, is the wonderful segment we call Am I the Arsehole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong. Didn't think that was going to work then.
For those people who have never seen this before, hey, listen, it's all over fucking TikTok. Hey, listen, it's all that anyone's talking about on TikTok these days. My face and your face.
It is. It's the segment some people called fucking classic.
Yes. Absolutely.
And can I have more?
And genius.
That was on there too.
That was on there.
We've basically got 2,000 what's the word I'm looking for? Endorsements that we can rattle off. Should we start now?
I think we should to get these people knowing them. No, this is that viral thing. Yeah, this is what you came for.
So you've got 2, so you should start. I should middle, and then you should sandwich.
Which do you think? I don't know. Which one do you think is better to end on?
Probably that one.
Should I swap it?
I don't really know. I don't think it matters.
I'm going to do it like that.
I didn't expect the Walrus to be as good as it was, so what the fuck do I know?
Was it good for you? I don't know. It's just me. Am I the arsehole?
Yep.
For thinking my friends... We thought these guys were professional. Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
For thinking my wife's friend should share the referral money she got for referring her to her company. Jesus, we have to get some better, snappier titles. It won't fit in the box when I do the TikTok. Am I the arsehole for thinking my wife's friend should share the referral money that she got for referring her to her company?
But she didn't know that I know that she knew that
she
didn't know.
referred and she got the money. Let's just hope it's cleared up in the 2 paragraphs. My wife recently lost her job and her friend Hannah referred her into her company. My wife got the job and Hannah is set to receive the referral/recruitment bonus in 3 months when my wife's trial period is up. Okay. Hannah's getting paid. Good.
You only get a bonus if they're good.
If they're good. If they kind of
if
come in.
If they can't meet probation, fuck you, you get nothing.
Makes sense. The right thing to do in these cases is to split the bonus with the recruited person 50-50. Or 50-50, which I almost said, but I thought it might make me sound like a cunt, so I didn't say it. That's just how it is. Citation needed. I've never heard of someone not sharing, and I always shared when I referred somebody. Source, I did it, so other people should. However, wonder what's going to happen, Jeremy. However, Hannah did not offer to share the money with my wife. I told my wife she should ask her, but she doesn't want to. She says that Hannah helped her get her dream job, and the monthly salary difference between this and her old job, especially given that her old job was not having a job, let's not forget that. But for the purposes of what she's saying, is that the monthly salary difference between this and her old job is higher than half of the bonus, so she won't ask for it.
TLDR, she won't ask for it because she's a reasonable human being.
But I bet you the husband will. Thing is, my wife got the job because they liked her on the interview and she had the right skills. Not because Hannah referred her in. She did a favour by allowing Hannah to refer her instead of applying on her own. Without my wife, Hannah wouldn't get any money. We are going over to Hannah's and her husband's place later today to hang out, and I'm planning to ask her about the money.
Of course you are.
Stop. My wife is saying I'm a huge arsehole for even thinking about it, and it looks kind of stressed about it. So I'm wondering a bit if AITA. Yes, am I the arsehole?
Yeah, I got that. It just doesn't work in the sentence.
I know. I just thought it was more fun to say that. So, am I the arsehole?
I can't look at the poll. I haven't got a mouse.
Am I the arsehole for basically suggesting that I should ask about the money? It's not your money, you greedy fuck. Without Hannah, your wife wouldn't have a job. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yes, she managed to pass the interview, but that is called getting a job,
Yes.
and the
referral pushes you to the front of this sort of stuff. If you're sifting through CVs, she might not have even got on the table. The referral is an indication of like not jumping the queue, as it were, but maybe sifting to the top, or
it merely prevents the hiring person from having to go through CVs. They just immediately go, this person is referred.
Yeah, we'll add this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, don't fuck around with your wife's friendship. Yeah. Also, just don't be a prick.
Don't bring it up. I shared, but wouldn't begrudge anyone doing either.
Yeah, I've got no problem with anybody doing either of these things, but it's not an expectation.
Yeah, she wouldn't have had the job without Hannah. She doesn't want the money. Don't fuck up their friendship. This is it. He just wants to get involved. Don't get involved. It's nothing to do with you. Don't get involved. It's like, hang on a minute. That's your money. You're entitled to that money. It isn't your money by definition, right?
Do they ask for both bank details to give out the bonus, or does it go to one person? I think it probably goes to one person.
The way it works with this stuff is you refer someone, and if they get the job, you get the money. So if I refer you to my company and you get a job, I will get a referral bonus.
And you'll share it with me, right?
Sure, buddy.
Keep telling yourself that.
100% I will. You'll never go for a job where I work.
I will not.
No. So, yes, absolutely. But if I did, there would be no understanding on the part of the place I work that they'd be like, oh, can we check Jez's details as well? Because you're going to give him half. It would just never happen anywhere. I love how this person's like, it's the right thing to do. Talk about leading the witness. So the right thing to do in these cases is to split it. And I've always splitted it. And everyone always splits it that I've heard about. Now, don't let that colour your judgment, but that is normally what happens. So with that, I was surprised to learn that this bitch didn't want to fucking share it. Can you believe it? Remember what I said about everyone normally shares it? Yeah, mate, shut the fuck up. And when you go over to the place and have a lovely meal, you're going to fuck everyone's shit up in what we like to call the fucking update when it reveals that everyone thinks you're a cunt. So perhaps we should just
open my phone,
ready to push a button.
I am ready
to say that in the question in the court versus
sorry, I pressed the button too early.
Premature assoliation.
Let's try that again.
You want to get this? Well, I don't even remember what I was going to say. So, just so we can resolve this one once and for all, I think it's very clear to say that, yes, you are a huge asshole. And there's a stamp to prove it. Can we keep the original take on that?
Fuck that, I'm using the first one. It was pretty classic. He talks too much anyway, just push the fucking button.
Don't worry. Tom won't use that one.
Yeah. That's quite a long one. That's gonna be difficult to get down under a minute 30. Or a minute for YouTube.
So much fun. Straight in the dishwasher. Oh, that's so funny. Right, please carry on.
Am I the arsehole?
You are.
Am I the arsehole for reporting a delivery driver who thought I was lying to get out of doing more work?
Say that again.
Am I the arsehole for reporting a delivery driver who thought I was lying to get out of doing more work?
So the delivery driver thought...
Delivery driver suggests person is lying. Person thinks that he said they're lying because he's lazy and doesn't want to do the work.
Let's get into it.
Throwaway account because I don't want this linked to my main. Immediately suggesting that you know you're a prick.
Yes, you sound sus.
I don't want my opinions out there in the main. I will use a throwaway account.
I don't want this attached to my real life because I'm suspicious that maybe I'm a cunt.
Actions have consequences, yo, and I don't want those consequences.
No.
So today at lunch, I decided to order from a Mexican restaurant through one of these food delivery services. I've had a bad experience or two where my order was missing some items, but the drivers would always be gone before I realised and could catch up to them to fix the issue. I'd always have to report it through the app's support chat, which is a pain to use because they obviously outsource their representatives and it's frustrating trying to communicate with them.
Okay.
I usually give up after a few messages back and forth. When my driver arrived, I told her to stay so that I could check the bag and make sure everything was there.
Okay.
I noticed she kind of raised her eyebrow for a moment, but otherwise she stood quietly and waited. Sure enough, a couple things were missing. I politely said that she needed to return to the restaurant and get my missing items.
Your sweet curry dip. It's happened to me.
In a very neutral, rehearsed-sounding tone, she said that it's, quote, against company policy
Can
to
you do it in a
that.
neutral, rehearsed sounding tone?
It's against company policy to do that, and I should contact support through the app.
Is she also a robot?
She is indeed a robot.
Beep boop.
Beep boop, fuck your food. I explained that I preferred not to deal with support. She said they're the only ones who can help, and she's really not supposed to go back to the restaurant. Like ever. She only does one delivery and that's it. She's got to go to another restaurant. I was a bit annoyed at this point, so I asked what the company policy was on making sure orders were correct. She said that the restaurants close the bags for the drivers, and they're not meant to open them or the containers inside. Yeah. Duh.
That's how it happens.
Something about food safety violations and not being trained? ?
Getting your grubby fucking motorbike fingers over my McNuggets.
After a moment, she apologised for the trouble and left. To me, this honestly sounds like a bunch of BS excuses to get out of doing her whole job.
Of course it does.
If they can't go back to the restaurant, how are customers supposed to get their food/money back?
They use the app. Sorry, carry on. I was getting ahead of myself.
If they can't open bags to check the orders, how do they even know they're delivering the right food? It makes no sense to me. So on the page where I rate my driver and can leave feedback, can leave feedback, I made a note of my situation. What the fuck is feedback?
Feedback. It's where they just disappear kind of into a bush.
So on the page where I rate my driver and can leave feedback, I made a note of my situation and explained why I thought she was in the wrong. I then left 1 star and revoked my tip. A bit later, I was talking to my sister over the phone, who I thought would enjoy this story because she works at a different but similar delivery company. My sister said, "Did you actually think she was going to go back to the restaurant?" I laughed, thinking she was taking a dig at the competing company drivers, but she said, "I'm not joking. You literally reported her for following the rules." At first, I thought my sister had misunderstood a part of the story or something, so I kind of brushed it off. But now, based on her reaction and what both her and the driver said, I'm wondering if they were right. Am I the arsehole for reporting her and taking my tip back because I thought she was lying?
What do you think? That's the question. Listen, so the sister works for a delivery company like this.
A competing... So let's say...
So she has the inside track, one might say.
Yes. So the sister works probably for Uber Eats.
Right, sure.
And this is
Deliveroo.
Just Eat in question.
Sure.
Because I know for a fact that this isn't Uber Eats that she's dealing with. Do you know why?
Because they got the food?
No.
Wait, hang on a minute.
Because if there are items missing in your Uber Eats order, you literally just go boop, bop, boop, and they refund the whole order.
Yes, that's actually
There's
always...
no fucking around with Uber Eats. You don't have to wait for support. You just say, this was missing, and instead of just refunding that item, they go, oh well, here's the whole fucking order back.
Yeah.
I'm
In
like,
fact, I know you've
ace.
had a bad time with Just Eat, but my time of using this stuff, or my times using this stuff when things have been missing, I've said, this is missing, and they've gone, that amounts to $6.99, have $6.99 back. And I never have a problem. And one time I had a problem with the curry house I ordered from, and I just rang the curry house up to say, this isn't right. And they went, right, sorry about that. We sent you the wrong thing. Ring me up. Next time you ring up, ask for me, and I'm going to do this. I'll get you some food. And I rang up, and they gave me a free order. So I either worked it out with the restaurant, or I worked it out with the app.
Yeah, that was not the experience of Just Eat when I used them.
I know. But certainly there have been times, as you say, with other ones where it has been the time.
They may have improved the app since the halcyon days of 2020 when they fucked me over like cunts.
TLDR, I confused my driver for both the owner of the company and several staff at the restaurant. Can't get a good enough quality of servants these days. Well, this is it. This is a classic, I feel, don't shoot the messenger, right? Because we were having a burger in the notorious BRG in Canterbury.
Notorious.
And great song. And a great burger place. And what happened while we were sitting there is the Deliveroo guy came up and he sat patiently, kind of impatiently outside, doing nothing but waiting to receive the food. And the guys bagged it up, sealed it up, and then he walked in, took it, put it into the thing. He had no more. He is just the delivery guy. His whole thing is to take. He doesn't check it. So when
they're not involved with the actual order in any way,
and then they
shape, or
just
form.
provide it.
Yeah.
And this is the same for everyone. They don't. They just take the thing, put it into the heat-proof, you know, like the warming bag that will keep it as hot as it possibly can while they cycle it across town to you. They are not involved in checking. Would you mind awfully? You know, is that? They're none of that. This person has a woeful misunderstanding.
You got the nugs in here, yeah? They've ordered nugs. You got the nugs
You
in
got the
here?
nugs and the thing. Yeah, it's all on there, mate.
And they wanted the sweet curry dip. You put the sweet curry dip in? Yeah. Oh, you haven't. You better put that in, or they're going to send me back, mate.
This person doesn't Sorry, I'm pointing them. This person doesn't understand how it works. That is not how it works. It's not like if you order something from Amazon and the guy turns up and like I'm missing something. He's not going to drive back to Amazon and knock on Amazon's door and get a fucking pair of sunglasses for me. This is why you have the fucking app.
Yeah, is he not going to do that?
He's not going to do that.
Shit, Amazon driver. 1 star, no tip.
I think that the op suffers from misunderstanding about what the fuck is going on.
I think they probably have a misunderstanding about many aspects of life. And
I love the fact that they didn't understand what was going on, then went, yoink, I'll have my tip back, and then turned to the sister and went, check this shit out. Check this shit out. Don't you think this is amazing? And she went, no, you've entirely misunderstood the situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Revoking the tip is next level bullshit.
Yeah. It's one thing to not give a tip in the first place, or to reserve giving a tip until after you have received the service.
Ting! That was a fucking boink.
Hope you enjoyed that. Beautiful sound.
Is a yoink like a boink?
No, a yoink is a real thing. A boink is not.
You have to yoink your dick out so you can boink it back in.
Yoink, boink. Yoink, boink. 90% of customers do not tip even if spending a huge amount. No, well, that is the British way. To be honest with you.
You're really looking at an underpaid person who went and got the food you couldn't be bothered to go and get yourself and decide to make their day worse for no reason. This person thinks when the stuff isn't in there that the driver has fiendishly twirled their moustache and eaten it themselves or...
Oh, hold on a second.
Whoop, 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 whoop. ABG in the house.
Raiding with a gaggle of 8 pricks.
Thanks for coming in.
Welcome on in.
While we are in the death throes of this wonderful podcast, in the Am I the Arsehole section, reading and discussing Am I the Arseholes. Welcome in literally everybody. Thanks for coming in. What have you been playing, ABG? That's the question I have.
When you could eventually get on Twitch when they stopped being shit and not letting people stream.
G Electric, welcome in. First time here in this newly formed double act Twitch stream.
Not so new now.
No.
It's been like 3 months since we've been on this channel.
That is true.
I once delivered 80 pounds of curry to a hospital. Was made to carry their fucking food the length of the hospital, expecting that it is definitely worth my while, and nothing.
This is it, you know, and as I say, I think this person's like, this always happens. There's never the stuff here. Complain to the restaurant. Isn't it your fault? No, I don't own the restaurant, work the restaurant, cook the food, or arrange the order. I just pick the shit up. I only have one job. You know when people say you had one job? I did. And I did it.
It was delivery. It
Look,
was not preparing the food.
Fucking hell. Anyway, well, listen. So I've lost track on who. Am I the asshole for reporting a delivery driver?
Who thought I was lying to get out of. Who I thought was lying to get out of doing more work. Yeah, I misread that, didn't I? At the beginning. Am I the asshole?
Yes, you are.
For reporting a delivery driver who I thought was lying to get out of doing more work?
Nailed it. That's good. That's good. Resolved.
And to answer the question, yes. Yes, they are. Asshole.
Get that shit on the screen.
Need to remember my mouse next week. While this is very useful, I can't look at it at the same time.
Guac a-hole.
You're the arsehole for misreading the title. Yes, I probably misrepresented the arsehole fairly well. Yes.
God, how can you not think that the person who brings you the food you neither cooked nor collected is not in fact God themselves? I think this person just doesn't understand how these things work.
I mean, back in the day when you would just order, food from one specific place, it would often be somebody, who is employed by that company bringing you the food. And so if they left shit out, it was their fault. And you could reasonably say, they're like, my fucking naan bread isn't here. Can you go back and get it? And they would be duty bound to do so. But when it is an intermediary, like these delivery services, no, it's nothing to do with them. They literally just pick up a bag, put it in another bag, drive to your shitty house,
and hand it
put
to
it
you.
in your shitty mitts.
Well, we have one more left, and then we're out.
One more right, Netto.
Give it to me. And that will be it. And you can go about your rest of your week happing and napping everywhere.
We have to find someone else to raid, though, because Darren beat us to it.
Time to play the raid. Gary Lucas is on. Andy Lippy is on.
Cool, that works.
Oh, Andy Lippy would be nice.
Yeah.
I like Andy.
Yeah, stay there, Andy. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I'd love to take some people across to Andy Lippy because
he's cool.
It is Gary's birthday stream.
Oh.
But Andy raided me. It was a few months back now.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
I was really pleased to
yeah.
receive it, and I haven't had an opportunity to give him a raid back. So
there we
that
go.
would probably be what I want to do. We can have plenty of time to go to Gary at some other point. Right.
Yeah, he'll have another birthday, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they happen all the time.
Would I be the arse? Now listen, I don't want to read a Wibta. This is not Wibta.
Wibta.
But I guess I'm going to have to say it because it's a potential thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I think, am I the arsehole for calling off this when it hasn't happened yet? So we're going to have to Wibta.
Change of tense. I hope you can manage it.
Wibta! Would I be the arsehole for calling off my engagement after my fiancé lied about a gift from my cousin? Would I be the arsehole for calling off my engagement after my fiancé lied about a gift from my cousin?
Would I be the asshole?
Possibly.
No, it's your phrasing that is wrong.
I come from a big family. Okay, don't show off. Our holidays involve extended family, like second cousins, etc. Wow, a real explanation. My fiancé and I are in our mid-20s, and there are a lot of cousins in their 20s and 30s.
You know, family, yeah? I've got some of that. And then on top of that family, there's some more family.
Cousins, second cousins, twice removed, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews.
I've even got a dad.
You've heard of them? They're in there. Last night we had our big Christmas party. It was fun to see everyone until it was time to exchange presents. I like to sometimes...
Always the low light of a festive period.
I like to mess with
Guess I've got to get a gift now, motherfucker.
It was fun to see everyone until it was time to exchange presents like pricks. The worst part, second to eating the turkey. Actually, that might well be true. My cousin Anna, not her real name, hands out pink elephants.
What?
That's not what it meant. It's envelopes, but my mouth just fucking fucked it up.
Hands out pink elephants.
Pink elephants.
I mean, how does she get them under the tree?
2 in the back, 2 in the front. Wait, hang on a minute. Is that the punchline to that joke?
Rule one.
My cousin Anna, not her real name, hands out pink envelopes to all the 20s and 30s men who have married/dated into the family. My fiancé received one and quickly put it in his pocket after opening it. Sus. I was distracted opening my gifts and I didn't ask to look at it. About 20 minutes later, my cousin Rachel, again, not a real name, it's okay, you don't have to clarify, no one gives a single shit, pulls me aside and says Anna is giving out cards with instructions on how to get a discount subscription to her OnlyFans. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it's the gift that keeps on jizzing.
That's true. Rachel isn't a real name. No, indeed. No one's called Rachel. Totally made up.
Rachel's boyfriend got one of the pink cards and showed Rachel because he was weirded out. I'm pissed at this point because I suspect my fiance's card also has an OnlyFans discount. Wow, Sherlock, how did you put that shit together?
And he got that in his pocket quick sharp.
So I asked to talk with him and he denies getting a card from Anna. I tell him, I saw her hand you one. I watched you put it in your pocket. I go to grab his pocket and he suddenly remembers getting a card, but claims he didn't open it. I take it from him, and of course, it's already opened.
Duh.
And of course, it's about fucking OnlyFans. Oh, oh! Random noises coming out of my mouth. Oh! I go back inside to confront Anna and find her already arguing with a different cousin. No shit! Who is upset because her husband... Her husband? Find her already arguing with a different cousin who is upset because her husband has already tried looking at Anna's page.
Oh, shit, son!
I know it's happening, it's kicking off. Anna claims she's just trying to get her business off the ground. And no one appreciates all the hard work and skills it takes to be successful in a digital career.
Digital career.
True dat. She says her gift is not sexual. It's just marketing. Some of the older relatives, aunts and uncles, are starting to take sides too.
Some of the older relatives, aunt and uncles, are, where's my fucking discount, bitch?
But they're mostly really confused because they don't know what the fuck OnlyFans is. It doesn't say that, but that is it. Mostly really confused about what's going on. Anna's mum starts crying because of something I said, and my mum tries to get me to apologise, which pissed me off even more. At this point, I leave with my brother and his husband because I don't want to spend the night with my fiancée at home, which is fine for him because he wanted to wank over her OnlyFans.
Sex work is work, but don't show your cousins your tits.
Listen.
Dom's nailing it tonight. MVP. MVP.
Here's the thing. You're leaving him alone after he got a discount from OnlyFans? What's wrong with you? I don't feel like going with my parents when my mum is pressurizing me to apologise. Oh, and surprise, surprise, Anna didn't give my brother's husband a card, so make of that what you will about her intent behind the gift. I'm pissed at my cousin for ruining both Christmas and my relationship. I'm seriously considering calling off the engagement over this. Would I be the asshole?
It's a good question.
I mean, I don't even know where to stand on this one. It was just so much fun to hear. Like, the thrust of this is that the cousin...
The thrust is behind the paywall. Discount
At least
or not.
they've got a discount. This is so spicy, isn't it? I just think the balls... What balls? What hamster-sized balls this cousin has to brazenly say, I've got an OnlyFans... Might not be sexual, but it is. And I'm on Christmas giving the gift that keeps on giving of 20% off my vagina.
The content keeps coming. Month on month.
And so will you. At the party. She was just like, there you go. Have a little discount.
Would you like to see my tits? 10% off.
I'll show you half of them up front and half when we get to Alderaan. I don't know what she thought was going to happen because surely she knew this was going to cause a ruckus. You know?
I mean, she was hoping it was going to cause a ruckus. That is how she makes her money.
Who touts at Christmas, at family Christmas? OP is not the arsehole. Fiance is an arsehole for hiding the envelope and lying. Cousin is a bit of an arsehole, but business is business. Let's get down to business.
I mean, business ain't business at Christmas with your family, to be frank. So like, if she wanted to, you know, slip him a discount on the way out, but not as a, here's a gift for you, here's a gift for you, here's a gift for you. Merry Christmas. Enjoy checking out my bumhole on the internet.
When you say slip him a discount, does that mean something else?
Depends how much they're willing to pay, doesn't it?
I'm going to slip him a discount on the way out.
And hopefully he'll slip me an even bigger discount.
Would it not be awkward at future family gatherings for all the guys to be like, "Yep, seen your tits"? It's true. It's the cousin. Like, she's
Clearly the cousin doesn't give a fuck.
no. Is it her cousin? Gift from my cousin.
Yes.
So basically, the ops cousin gives her fiance a 20% off her tits, and he lies about it. And has she got any right to be pissed off? Yeah, I think you fucking do. And like Tamsin said, probably fucked off. I'd be fucked off with the fiance, and I'd be fucked off with the cousin. It's like, you stop wanting to look at tits for 20% less. 20% less. You stop looking at the tits. What the fuck? But I don't think this is. This is fiance breaking. I don't think this is wedding breaking. But I guess that's not for me to say. What do you think about any of
I mean,
this?
the fact that he hid it, you know,
He did.
you know, like it went straight in the pocket. Like, oh yeah, I'm
Like
definitely
Alanis Morissette.
like I'm definitely going to do that later, and you know, fine, whatever. But like, just be open and upfront about it.
He watched all the guys hands out pink envelopes or elephants to all the 20s and 30s men. They've got a big family, remember? So say like 20 envelopes went out. What did he expect was going to happen? It's not like he's going to go,
Yeah, they gave it to 19 of the 20 men, but not me. I didn't get one.
He should have laughed it off. If that had been me in that situation, I would have gone straight to my fiance and been like, the fuck is this?
He should have read it. He should have memorized the discount code, and
Yes.
then he should have gone straight to his fiance.
He should be walking over there going, Q, lowercase q, 7653.
commit that to memory so that he can still use it.
Uppercase
but
F, lowercase f. Take a photo with his phone, and then be like, what is this, some sort of bullshit? What the fuck is she trying to do?
You really think I want to see your tits? Maybe a bit more if I throw you a bit more money.
Oh my god. Yeah, he should have been just like up front. Otherwise, he's caught in a lie. You're caught in a lie, mate. And then you're in trouble. This isn't an episode of Frasier where it all turns out all right in the end.
Does it all turn all right in the end of Frasier?
Kind of.
Normally that ends all of his relationships. That's kind of the point of the show.
It all comes out all right in the end with his dad and his brother.
And then the dog sits on his face.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
in the
baby, I hear the blues are calling.
Not in the sexual way. In the ha, he hates dogs.
Yeah, he does hate dogs.
He does.
You must like Frasier.
Frasier's my people.
That's the comedy he likes, Frasier.
I love Frasier.
Frasier's great.
Frasier's incredible.
Frasier's amazing.
I do love American sitcoms, even the shit ones.
That one is particularly good. I don't know. I think it's fairly easy to get over having seen someone's tits who you shouldn't have. The embarrassment of this whole shebang is the bit that makes you want to emancipate. It's just like, it is super embarrassing. It's like, I mean, is your family the people you want to tout your sex work to?
Clearly, she's not fussy. She'll take the money wherever it comes.
Do you know what? It's just like, I think you are picking the wrong people.
Have penis, will shill too.
It's
Is
like,
basically the
I
mantra.
wonder if her boyfriend, if there is a boyfriend, has said, listen, you're going to that party tonight. You could get some discount cards out. And she's like, dude, it's my family. It's like, dude, they have penises. You make a very good point. And they are kind of second cousins. And one of them's even like my cousin's fiance.
Yeah, most of them are people who've married in, so
Yeah.
they're not related in any way, really.
The idea that she might be kind of like, the implication here is that someone didn't get one, right? It's like, actually, and by the way, Anna didn't give my brother's husband a card.
Yeah,
My brother's
as
husband.
in, didn't give one to the gay bloke.
So make of that what you will. Because like...
That he doesn't want to see tits is probably the
Yeah, that makes the most sense. It's
Duh.
like, I think she's implying, the implication she's saying make a, that she's also trying to get with these guys. And,
Yeah,
but
don't
I think in this
that's the
case, it's just like, no, she didn't give it to because he doesn't like tits.
Yeah,
but,
it's just good business practice.
yeah. Well, just a waste of a discount code.
Yeah, you're not giving a steak to a vegan, so
Um,
she knows these are sleaze bags, aka men.
listen, she was right. This guy pocketed that shit and didn't say a fucking word. So, would it be a cause for the wedding to be broken off? You'll find out in the update. Is there an update?
Not yet. No.
Oh, well, we'll wait for the update.
This is fresh, yo.
Fresh.
Off the arse line.
But Would I be the arsehole for calling it off? Actually, I'm going to say no, I don't think you would be the arsehole.
No.
It might be slightly extreme, but that's your mileage may vary. I think you would be totally within your right to be like, this is how you're going to react to someone that I know. Imagine all the OnlyFans discounts you're getting to people I don't know. So I don't think in this situation you would be there. So how do we say this?
Yeah, you are 100% not the asshole. Maybe you should dump your fiance and start your own OnlyFans.
And send us a discount code. Okay, fine. Just we'll buy it. Well, I really enjoyed that one. That was a good one. And that's the end of the...
That's the end of that chapter.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Well, man, I've got to clear up my kitchen full of paper.
And more paper.
I was just checking to see if...
Yes, I've just done it.
Oh, cool.
And OnlyFans discount codes. I've done that, but I need my buttons, don't I? Didn't think this through.
Let's wrap this shit up. Because we've got to leave you now on account of the fact that we've heard that the Scarborough Walrus has an OnlyFans and we want to immediately go and check that shit out. So go fuck yourselves and we'll see you next week for more shenanigans.
I would like to end it there, but I do have to throw one last thing in.
Oh, do you?
I do. The first Don't Get Me Started rerun, the remastered first episode of Don't Get Me Started, is broadcast this Friday at 8 p.m. on our YouTube channel, exclamation socials if you need it. It is the first of, 110, because this is 110.
Yes.
Week on week, repeating from the beginning. Come and join us for the conversation. I've tidied up a lot of the stuff in the early episodes,
cool.
and it looks good. It looks sexy. And on that note, now is the time then we can go and trawl the internet for masturbating walruses.
Can't wait. Does your button work?
No, my phone screen turned itself off.
I'm just going to freeze until it happens.
Outset.